In the world of radio shock jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their offspring.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
We got Big A in studio. He's got the tongue scraper. He just scraped out an oyster. Hey, Rock, get in there for a sip of that sample.
Opie and Anthony.
Why don't you shut up? Shut up! Shut the
This is where entertainment is going.
Would you reenact Baby Diaper Mustache with Tippy Tom's underpants?
Sure. Oh, no, you wouldn't.
Oh, my God.
It's like the underpants were dyed brown. All right, open them up.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And the war continues.
Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. We are live.
Good morning.
Wednesday, April 30th, 2008.
April 30th already.
Last day of May? Last day of April, I mean.
Last day of May. Wow. It's June tomorrow?
Oh, God. Last day of April.
That is a month that flew by.
You think?
Hell's yes.
It's also Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
It's a promotion I came up with many years ago.
Back in the late 70s, I believe, with when you were a boss jock.
Let it be known, I came up with WOW many years ago, but I decided to keep it in my back pocket until I met Anthony, and then decided to break out this wonderful promotion for the world to see.
Huge promotion. You sat on it for a while.
Because that's what a radio guy does. He comes up with something brilliant, and he sits on it for many, many years.
Yeah, radio guys don't just blurt stuff out.
You dope.
Hopefully pull out a bit that works. I would like to say hi to people I saw with WOW stickers driving in today. I saw a lot of them today.
Really?
And two of them on big long dump trucks that haul rocks and sand. And I just would love to say thank you for the pummeling that my vehicle's windshield got. Like I was driving through a sandstorm. There's got to be something they could do about that. And then I saw the WOW sticker, and I'm like, oh, great.
One of ours.
Great, one of ours.
One of ours destroying cars.
Just getting sand blasted. There's got to be something they could do. The worst thing, too, is I can understand, okay, the trucks, whatever. I don't know what that's all about, that they got just sand blowing out of their truck. But the cars that are next to the trucks, could you pass them as quickly as possible? They sit there and just go, oh, I'm being blasted with sand. Let me just sit here.
Yeah.
Move!
No, it's funny, though. Like, I have an older car. I'm just lazy. I need to get a new car. And I think I'm going to go to Major World, actually.
Major World.
One of the fine sponsors. I need a contact for those people. I hear the commercials all the time. They seem like they're a terrific place to buy a car.
Yes.
But I'm too lazy to actually, do the legwork and give them a call.
Right by the 59th Street Bridge.
But you bring up a good point with the trucks, and they're just pebbles are flying and clumps of dirt and grass. And when you have an older car like mine, I don't care.
You don't care.
It kind of makes me laugh in a way. And it makes me laugh because I'm just picturing the driver just whistling a happy tune while just all hell is breaking loose behind him.
Well, he's just destroying people's vehicles.
Right.
Destroying it.
What song you think he's singing? Just a happy tune.
Just whistling a happy tune.
And it's just everyone's just getting pelted behind him.
That's why when
new car though, I'm right there with you. I mean, the first pebble that hits your new car, you're in a panic.
You just hear
right.
It sounds like it's raining.
Right.
And then that's why when you're driving into the sunrise or the sunset, you can't see through the windshield because it's just pitted. There's just little holes pitted. Totally so pitted. My windshield's pitted.
And how long does it take before your new car, you don't give a crap about your new car? Couple years in, you think?
No, it usually happens shortly after the first thing happens to it. Like, the second something happens to it. I remember when I first bought my first new car was that Cougar that I bought out in Boston.
Yeah.
And I was driving back down to New York, stopped at one of the stupid rest areas, and came out, and right next to my door handle was just this big ding. Some jackass just flung the door open and bam, put a big dent in my door.
How new was the car?
It was about 3 months old at that point.
Ooh.
So I just lost my mind and then had to just resign myself to the fact, all right, well, what are you going to do? I can't get the guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's just whistling a happy tune, driving down the road. Just put a ding in my car. Just adjusting the radio. Just not even realizing the anger he left in his wake. Like, there it is. He's just driving
and whistling.
Not a clue that I'm in the parking lot going, son of a bitch! This is a new car. He's inconsiderate, mother. And he's just driving down the highway going, I'm making good time.
Yeah,
making good time. You got some fries there from the rest area we just stopped at.
The cover that he has over his load, that is now flopping in the wind. And the wind is just taking layers of dirt and pebbles and just... and he's just like...
Whistle a happy tune.
It's funny, too, when you drive a car off a new car lot. Next thing you know, like, if a car's within 10 feet of you, you're like, whoa, you get a little too close.
Hey, get away.
Whoa, hey.
New car here.
You know what? I think they should have a service. You buy a new car, you pull out of the lot, and then you pull over right away. But you're off the car lot property, and a guy's sitting there with a hammer and just gives you one good thwack. And then you won't have to worry about the paranoia anymore.
Yeah.
Your car's broken in.
I noticed I drove my car through the car wash the other day. It was pretty filthy. Not the Mustang. Ooh, anything happens to that. The Escalade. And I noticed I go, well, there's a big dent in my hood. Just like a punk little dent.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell did that come from? No clue, but
probably someone sitting on your hood while you were at a restaurant or at the mall
why
or
not?
something, you know.
Sure.
Some of the Utes of America having a cigarette and
just having a smoke, sitting on my hood. So now I'm just like, I really don't.
That's why I don't like buying new cars. I don't need all that crap.
Yeah.
I buy one I really like and I kind of beat it into the ground. My car's, I think 6 years old now.
Really?
Maybe 7.
Wow.
I think I got it right around 9/11.
Jesus.
We signed a big contract, and I had a car delivered to NEW on it. I think I told the story. I signed the paperwork in the middle of 56th Street and took off with it.
And that was it.
And I haven't had a new one since.
And that, jeez.
But I became.
They'll have the buildings back up before you get a new car.
Yeah, but I became city boy too, so it's insane.
It is ridiculous.
It's insane to have a brand new car and live in Manhattan because I park in my garage under my building. But see, they want to make as much money as possible, so they probably park 100 cars too many in this lot. No joke. There are cars pretty much piled on top of each other.
Yeah.
No one has room. I mean, the room between these cars, and you know, my car is nothing. I see cars that are $100,000, $200,000 in my garage, and the space between their $200,000 car and the SUV next to them, I'm not even joking when I say an inch.
Yeah.
They
Who's getting in those
squeeze
doors?
them in because they want to pack as many cars in there to make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
And then if you do this parking on the side streets, oh my God, the work trucks just pull in front of you and tools are just falling onto the hood of your car as they're getting their stuff for their latest job.
I don't know if this happens in other cities. In New York, when you parallel park on the side of a street here, it doesn't matter. You hit the other car. You hit the car in front of you and behind you. You bang into the bumpers. That's just part of parallel parking here.
Yeah, people won't even turn their heads if they see that going on.
No, and because of the double parking, your mirrors take a beating. You drive through, and mirrors aren't even part of your vehicle anymore. You look at how wide your car is without the mirrors, and you just take that
for
what it's worth, because the mirrors will just boom. They swing in. You hopefully have the little button to swing them back out again.
Oh, absolutely.
Take off someone's mirror.
Wait, you got buttons that move your mirrors?
Yeah, like I could hit a button and the mirrors fold in.
How's that?
I need it to get into my garage. It wouldn't fit without the mirrors going in. It's a tight, nice and tight. Yeah, that's how I like my garage.
Why did we start talking about this? Oh, Whip 'em Out Wednesday. You saw the stickers.
Wow stickers, a lot of them on the way in and the way home. So Long Island is representing.
Of course they are. Considering we're both from Long Island.
Yeah.
We do very well.
We certainly do.
We do very well on Long Island when it comes to radio.
They seem
and
to
we do very
enjoy
well
it.
in New York City, depending on which ratings you want to follow.
Yeah. You want to follow the new machine type ratings or the old book type ratings?
Right. And then the ratings came out for Boston, and we did extremely well.
We did great. I don't know. Excuse me, isn't it the same show?
I know.
Are we putting on the same show? Are they doing something else? Are they piping in another show?
And we're Mantown is like in our rear view mirror at this point.
Just gone.
Goodbye, Mantown.
We passed them by.
We're going on to Chicktown.
I don't understand how that works. What are we supposed to do to make things better in one city and keep them good in another?
Well, we got to work for a healthy radio station, first of all, to be completely honest with you. And here in New York City, we're starting to get to that place.
The station has the big casino.
Because with the new ratings, the station we're on in New York actually did very well.
Yeah.
Old ratings, the station is but we're heading in the right direction. We've never worked for a healthy station. Never.
No.
We're the guys they bring in to save stations, to make programming flips.
Yeah.
You hear about some of these radio guys, and they get a healthy station their entire careers. I'm like, man, I wonder what that's like.
How nice must that be?
We don't have to beg for prizes and cash and promotions and beg for a lousy billboard so someone knows you're on the air. They just have so much money. They're the ones singing the happy tune, humming this happy tune
Whistling
in the back
the
office.
happy tune.
We got $1 million just laying around. Throw it at the morning show. Give them billboards.
Yeah. So, guys, we got a $50,000 prize. We just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
we got 50 grand laying around. Maybe you guys can figure out some way to give it away.
Right.
Oh, 50 grand. Okay, thanks. The prize closet, we got 3 car dealerships, or 3 cars are in there. Mm-hmm. Automobiles.
We don't have a prize closet.
A lot of flat screen TV. We don't even know what to do with them. We can't even fit them. It's not even the prize closet. It's a prize conference room.
Yeah.
We can't fit the flat screen TVs in the closet.
Think about it, though, really. When we worked at NEW, that station was S.
Had emphysema.
When we worked in Worcester, Massachusetts, that station was S.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we first got there. Then that station kind of grew with us.
We whipped it into shape.
And now this K-Rock here in New York has been S for a few years, ever since the big guy left. All right, hey, GTA 4, Anthony.
Oh, my goodness.
I walked out in a huff yesterday, and the one thing I forgot to do was take my GTA 4. And then I didn't want to, walk back into the studio awkwardly. What?
Jimmy brought up a good point.
What?
I did the same thing. I was ready to storm out yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I realized I looked over and saw my game, and I had to go get my game, and it ruined the whole... You're making some emotional decision to leave. Now it's a calculated thing because you realized you forgot your game. So I moved over and grabbed my game and realized I better just sit back down now. It wrecked it.
I wondered why, because I'm like, that's weird. He really should be gone by now. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, GTA made me sit my ass back down.
I marched down. As soon as I left, I'm like, oh, my God, my GTA 4 sitting right there. And I can't just awkwardly walk back in. Although that would have been a very funny, sitcom type of moment.
Yeah, and I'm taking my game.
And one other thing. Give me my GTA 4. But how is GTA 4?
I love it.
I've been waiting easily a month to play it, 2 months. Who knows? And I still haven't played it.
I didn't go through, we were talking about it in the office, me and the guys, and I didn't go through one mission yesterday. I just went around wreaking havoc and seeing what the game looked like, felt like, The driving is great. The cars, much better. The damage that you can inflict on the cars, a lot more detailed. The game itself has so much, it's more immersive, a lot more detail in it. And the killing is just hysterical.
Yeah.
There's so many. Some things aren't as easy. It isn't as easy to jack a car anymore because sometimes the drivers put up a little bit more of a fight than they used to. I noticed that. It's harder to kick someone's ass just fighting. You can't just step up to people and start beating the crap out of them. They kind of got a little better at fighting. But I jacked one car, and the guy's hanging on the door, and I'm driving down the street, and he's hanging on the driver's side door, screaming. He's just going, ah, ah! So I sideswiped the building.
Just to take him out?
Just took him out. And another time I jacked a car, and there was a woman in the passenger seat that didn't get out in time. So I'm driving, and I'm hearing this screaming, and it's the same volume every time. And I was thinking I was passing maybe a screaming woman on the side of the road. Then I realized she was in the car with me. So instead of pulling over and maybe letting her out and letting her run, I decided to get the car up as fast as it could go and hit a brick wall so she'd fly through the windshield.
Yeah, because in the new version, you fly through the windshield.
Oh, yeah. You can't just hit something and everything's fine.
That rocks.
And sometimes your car will just die out. Like if you get enough damage and the cops are chasing you, you'll just, your car is dead. It used to take it being on fire and exploding.
Yeah, I remember. Sure.
Before that, but now your car will just die out. The cops are great too, chasing you down. Always fun. I spent a lot of time though, and we were talking about our individual personalities and how we played the game. Danny goes, "Have you checked out what it's like to drive drunk?"
Because in this game, you can hit a bar and actually drink or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you do get back in your car, like the old version of the game, you drive just normal.
Yeah.
But this version, it's a lot harder to drive the car.
I hear from Danny, he said it's impossible. He goes, there should be a point for just being able to walk to your car after you leave the bar. Like you can't even walk.
Because even that's hard to do?
Yeah. You get a little woozy. So Danny was doing that, spending time getting drunk in the game. I spent a lot of time watching the in-game television. So I'm sitting there in front of my TV with the game on, watching a TV. And the shows they put together for this game, amazing.
In-game content.
In-game content. The TV had TV shows and ads for other TV shows.
How long are the TV shows?
Political ads. I don't know. One cartoon just kept going and going. But it was so filthy, and the language just raw. The C word being thrown around, and political commercials that just talk about how this guy running for governor is a child molester, and really funny stuff. How you shouldn't vote for him because he's bald. Like they just really pound it. And then another political ad come on for the other guy.
Right.
And he'll just be bashed. Like you sit there and watch the in-game television and really be entertained. Funny as hell.
What was they had a commercial for like a knockoff of Desperate Housewives?
It was like a Desperate Housewives type thing, and it was called Vinewood Seas C word, but they say the whole word.
Oh, wow.
So tune into Vinewood.
And Travis said that he was playing and he found Steve's character.
Yes, because we've all been looking for ourselves, I guess.
Yeah, we're all in the game. I mean, Anthony has a pretty big part, I think.
I play bad guy, but I haven't seen myself yet.
The rest of us have
missions.
Minimal exposure in the game, but we're in the game, which is really cool. And Travis said he found Steve in Coney Island?
He had to email. He had to email us
immediately.
You found Steve.
Yeah, I was walking back from the bowling alley with my lovely girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I see a cop, so I decided to just bump into him, and it's Steve's voice. So I punch him. That's what you do when you see Steve in a video game.
He punched Steve.
And then Steve takes his gun out and kills my girlfriend.
Of course he does.
Yeah, that he had to get the icky girl out of the way.
He didn't pistol whip her first.
Huh?
He hates women even in video games.
Even in the game.
Yeah, how great is that?
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time bumping into people to see what they sound like. and try to find people from the show.
Travis got one more, but then after he killed your girlfriend, didn't you run him over or something? Or was that somebody else that was running over Steve?
Oh, I was trying to find him because the second the email went out that Steve is patrolling the boardwalk in Coney Island,
right?
Everybody just converged on the boardwalk to try to kill Steve. So I didn't even bother trying to look for him. I drove my car up on the boardwalk and just started running over everyone on the boardwalk. They're flying off onto the beach. No, actually, we hadn't hooked up for the multiplayer yet.
Yeah.
That's great. You didn't even want to hear his voice. You just wanted to kill him.
No, I just wanted everyone dead. Everyone. And the people will just ragdoll off your car. And some of them are kind of hanging onto the car for a little while. They roll over onto your hood. You cut the wheel, and they fly off. Like, the physics to the game is really good. Really good.
Very cool.
Had a great time just wreaking havoc. Didn't do one mission. I'll start doing that, but just to get to feel the controls and the cars and see what's around, just walking around and wreaking havoc.
Very, very, very nice. And, of course, the officials. Because it's based on New York City, the New York City officials upset over GTA 4. We got some audio.
So many people are upset.
After the break. Bloomberg doesn't support a game that awards points for killing cops. I got to tell you something. A lot of the NYPD listens to this radio show. And we know a lot of the NYPD. And guess what? They play this game.
Yeah.
They love this game.
It's a fun game. When you're shooting people in the game, you're not thinking, oh, this is great. I'm shooting police officers.
Yeah.
I should go out and do this. It's not, that doesn't cross your mind. You're just having fun and laughing your ass off at the fact that you can just wreak complete havoc. You could just pure chaos in the streets.
Yeah, and the game's got to be safe because and family oriented because John Montone's in it.
Yes, 10-10 wins John Montone.
He's the big news guy here in New York City.
Yeah.
Everyone knows his voice. Maybe they don't know his name, but they know his voice. He's been doing it forever. Like kind of the human interest story. Like he'll go to Coney Island when it gets warm and talk to people eating ice cream and hot dogs and crap like that.
Yeah, and I heard his voice coming through my car radio.
Right.
There's a different name, but it's him, and he's doing one of those human interest kind of stories.
I'm John Montone.
John Montone, or it was Weasel News.
The largest pothole here in New York City.
Yeah. So what do you think of the pothole? Well, they got to fix these things because it's damaging the vehicles. Damaging the vehicles.
Yeah, he's that guy. And he's in the game, so it's got to be safe. Because John Montone wouldn't do anything risky or edgy.
No.
This morning he was broadcasting from a subway escalator that didn't work on 14th Street. See, that's the type of stories this guy does.
So people like Mary will have to walk down. So what is it like to walk down those stairs? Well, I'd rather have the escalator working. Rather have the escalator working.
Right.
That's his
style.
His style.
All right, so when we get back, we got audio from Bloomberg and some other people just really pissed off that this game is everywhere. It's going to sell 9 million copies by the end of the week. And trust me, there's not going to be 9 million
9 million deaths and murders because everybody that buys this apparently goes crazy and thinks it's real. And
you know
has to go out
what?
there.
You'll probably have a couple, but they're damaged to begin with. We can't help those people. Sorry. Why take the fun away from everybody? Because maybe 2 or 3 people will be will do something stupid because of a violent video game, and I still don't think there's a connection.
Although I did buy another gun yesterday.
All right, we'll get into that after the break. My God.
Oh, look at Jimmy's face.
My God.
He's concerned for me.
Well, we can't keep track anymore.
Yes.
I also like the fact that everybody's shocked that the mayor doesn't like Grand Theft Auto. Of course he doesn't. What's he going to say?
I love the game. I've been playing it now since it came out.
I was late for work this morning, so I was killing a prostitute on 14th Street. Of course, he can't like it.
I guess it's bad for New York City, maybe. I don't know, to show it in this light.
Grand Theft Auto? I don't want one.
But he did say, although crime is down in New York City.
Yeah, he had to mention that.
Blah, 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 blah. All right, we got to take our first break. Phones are lit, but if you need the phone number later, or write it down. You're going to eventually need it. We take a lot of phone calls. 877-212-O&A. I can play that after the break. Somebody made a stupid caller sweeper. Derek did. It's pretty funny.
Ooh.
Want to hear it real fast? I guess we can.
Sure.
We're late. What's another 20 seconds?
Well, I'm late.
Dirk put this together.
Late for not being pregnant.
Planes, Dave. It says on the line, do your own show, please.
Can't even come up with anything original.
Hey, we got you listening, you dummy! This is what we do. We're doing our show. How stupid are you? 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 You got up and went out of your way to tune in our show, you idiot.
We don't sound very cordial.
He wasn't one of our guys.
No.
Some of these people call and make believe they're listeners, and they're just calling from another freaking galaxy. All right. Hey, really fast, I did a lot of reading last night. I just want to thank the listeners, and that's that as we continue after the break. Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jock.
Opie and Anthony.
To everybody, the Opie and Anthony Show. So we got the New York City officials upset over GTA 4. Kind of teased this before the break, so let's see what they have to say. Jimmy made a great observation, though.
Yeah, true.
You're quick to say, this is outrageous. I can't believe they have a problem with this game. Oh, yeah, it's the mayor. Jimmy,
he's supposed to.
Right.
It's like the mayor isn't going to come out and say, I love this game. I spent all day playing it.
Right. You want to see Bloomberg with dark circles under his eyes and his hair like askew?
Yeah.
Jimmy says some of the most logical things sometimes because we're ready to...
Because we just go off like idiots.
Right.
Like, yeah, the mayor, what a jerk,
Stupid
man.
mayor. He doesn't understand us, man.
Coming out against GTA because it looks like New York City. And oh, yeah, he's the mayor of New York City and probably upset with it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Grand Theft Auto 4 is set in a seedy fictional environment called Liberty City, which eerily resembles New York City, with such well-known landmarks as the Statue of Liberty, the Brooklyn Bridge, and the Cyclone at Coney Island. To some aficionados, it sets a new standard for what's possible in video games. With billboards and posters around town touting its arrival, the lines wrapped around city blocks when the video game went on sale at midnight.
It's controversy. Controversy sells.
Critics complain it's all about hijacking cars, assaulting pedestrians, and picking up strange women. Mayor Bloomberg's not a fan. His spokesman saying he opposes any game where you earn points for killing police officers.
Well.
Other politicians agree.
First observation, when did we go back to real audio?
Real audio.
Remember real audio?
Remember that on the computer? Oh, was that awful?
God, was it bad. And secondly, thank you to Gary G. in Edison, New Jersey. He brings up a great point. Before you move on, Opie, here's hypocrisy. Bloomberg will crap on GTA 4, but the mayor's office will continue to issue permits to allow violent movies set in New York to be filmed. It's all about New York's financial interest, not the children's.
That's true. If you want to, if you want to take that route.
Then people would argue, though, that you're not being interactive with a film for 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're just watching it once and then going home, as opposed to, like, rewinding it and backing over the bodies.
All right, Jimmy. Geez.
Great stuff.
It's like, but people always like try to make these tie-ins. Yeah, well, Bloomberg lets alcohol. Oh, you got us.
Now, this game plays to old stereotypes about New York City. Today, we're the safest big city in America with the best police force. This game, if it was actually based in reality, would have 2 levels. Steal a car, go to jail.
Grand Theft Auto has an M rating right in the right-hand corner here, which means that no one under 17 is allowed to buy it, and many think that's a very good idea.
I think they're doing the right thing with the ESRB. Kids shouldn't buy it, and kids under 18, can't buy it. They shouldn't play it.
I think it might glamorize sex and violence, but no more than any other popular media.
As many as 6 million copies could sell in this first week, generating more than $400 million.
Wow. Although we've heard that number's closer to 9 million in the first week. We'll see. We'll see how much they sell.
Laszlo gave me a call yesterday. He's still over there in England.
Yeah.
Gave me a call and he's like, what do you think? I'm like, I haven't even played it yet. I just got home. Yeah, he was eager to hear some reviews, but really good. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on. Just a great story that's making us laugh really hard today. It's horrific, but
some of the horrific ones are the funniest.
We're gonna for the rest of the week, we're gonna point out the difference between our fine radio show and the Morning Zoo here in New York City, the #1 listened to morning show in New York radio, and it's just god awful. And someone needs to say that. They got a lot of props yesterday. The ratings came out. Picture of Elvis Duran and how great he's doing. And then you just take a little peek at what he's doing, and it's just god-awful stuff. And this type of story, they would be like, oh, my God, this poor person.
Oh
my
gosh. Oh, Froggy would say something.
What's the story? We have to figure out what Froggy would say.
Well, here's the story. I think it's hilarious.
A Southern Illinois newspaper carrier is getting credit for rescuing one of his elderly customers. She apparently spent at least 2 days trapped underneath her dead husband's body. The carrier says he became concerned after noticing their papers stacked up for days in their mailbox. And when he went inside the house, he found 77-year-old Blanche Roberts. He called 911 and sat with her until authorities arrived. Coroner says there is nothing suspicious about the death of her husband.
Froggy.
He believes Fred Roberts died of a heart attack after mowing the lawn.
Oh, she was nagging him to mow the lawn. Yeah. Comes in, I'm just going to fall on you.
He just sat with her until help arrived. How about helping the fat man off her?
Yeah, what the hell?
He probably had a heart attack while they were having sex if he was on top of her.
I don't know. They said, the story I heard, that he was on her legs. Like, oh, maybe he was, Blanche. Hey, Blanche, you want a little something? I'm going under the sheets, Blanche.
He's probably so sweaty from cutting the grass, too. That's the last time you want someone to die on you, is right after they cut the lawn.
Like Lawnmower Man. The book, not the movie.
Yeah, the book, much better, yes. Yeah. With the bad B.O.
Oh.
Got the bad B.O. And now the smell of death creeping in.
And then she's got to lay there. Like, how creepy is it laying there? All right, maybe during the day. But then it starts getting dark out, and you just glance over and see those glazed over eyes and that half open mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe a fly buzzing around.
and I'm a big fan. I forgot what TV show or movie put this into my brain, but I always wondered what happened. Oh, I think it was Austin Powers. I always wondered what happened after everyone has a really big laugh. And remember that great scene in Austin Powers where they kept laughing and laughing and laughing until there was no more laughing, and then it was just really awkward and stuff. I've always wondered that. Now, in this situation, she's like obviously screaming in a horrific way. Her husband is dead on top of her.
Help!
Then the screaming stops, and then what happens? Do you just...
Oh, God.
What do you start doing after that?
Get off of me.
Do you start counting the tiles on the ceiling? Do you think about your loved ones? What do you do after the horrific screaming stops?
And do you, at one point, like, fall asleep in the 4 days and wake up and go, honey, could you get me? Oh, that's right. You're dead.
That's right. You're dead and I can't move.
Oh, damn.
You're dead and you're trapping me like that lady with the crane fell on her years ago. I'm just laying here in my own bed, my fat husband on me. Poor old crow.
That's terrible. Oh, good gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor woman.
Kenny's.
Yeah.
We got Kenny's going to be doing traffic and weather together on the 8th today, but he's also working on a new segment called "When Bad Things Happen to Good People."
Yeah.
We can't wait for that. We're hoping by tomorrow he'll have enough stories for that.
That's perfect for him.
Yeah.
Yes, he loves it.
I'm just seeing if there's more in the AP story here. Bruce Pitts had a feeling something was wrong when the newspapers began piling up. Okay, we got that. 84-year-old Blanche Roberts, 84, helplessly looking back at him. All right, so on Sunday, the worried newspaper carrier cracked open an unlocked side door and saw 84-year-old Blanche Roberts helplessly looking back at him. Oh, this is awful.
Help me.
Her right leg pinned beneath the body of her 77-year-old husband, who apparently had been dead for days in the home.
How weak is this old jellyfish? Your right leg is pinned.
Your right leg, and she can't kick with the left one and roll his fat body off of her.
God, Blanche.
Yeah.
Stupid Blanche. Nice survival instincts, you dummy.
You just lay there and try to chew your arms off first. Stupid Blanche.
Yeah, what'd she eat? And for your husband's face is gnawed upon. I was hungry.
His ears, his hair.
Blanche.
Died of a heart attack. He's described as a good-sized man, in quotes.
Very big fat person.
But there was no doubt that Blanche Roberts, once pinned on a landing leading from the kitchen to the basement, couldn't wiggle free. Burke said she was trapped in kind of an awkward position. Oh, God. Pitts said she was sitting up but wedged against a wall.
So, maybe the hallway, a little landing hallway, was too thin for her to actually push him off.
He probably came in.
He was against the wall.
he probably came in full cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Was heading toward her and just fell and took her and himself right into the wall.
Fell right into the wall.
Yeah.
Would it be funny if they arrested her and charged her with murder? Like her legs.
It was murder.
There was a fat man on her legs, Sam. He was napping, and she killed him. She choked him with my members only jacket.
Jimsy.
If we could go and find the body.
Jimsy.
Well, intrigue and murder.
It's always murder with him. Why can't the guy just have come in, had a heart attack, and fallen on his wife?
What was his boss's name with the gay porno mustache? John Aston, his real name was. I don't know what his name in the show was.
Oh, yeah. John Aston was in that? I forgot about that.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get the answer in a minute or two.
I'm sure it's murder.
Hey, Anthony, before the break, was talking about how he got another gun.
Yeah.
Before you tell us, though, we got a Boston home invasion. See, it's not just Long Island.
Jesus.
We got another one, folks.
Boston.
And in Snooten.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
The home invasions happen in the nice areas because you don't want to invade a broke-ass home.
Snooten, or, there's another name for Newton.
Newton. Yeah. Change a letter around.
Blanktown.
Make my day, Newton.
Police search for suspects after home invasion. Newton, Massachusetts. Police are searching for a group of several men.
Yes, they broke in.
Boy.
Thank God I'm so short that they didn't even see me. They looked right over my head, boy.
They found my safe that had all your raises over the years.
Yes, there were tens of dollars were missing, boy.
You know how I had you working for me for pennies? Well, the money I should have used on you was in a safe.
In a safe along with our stock certificates.
Well, the home invaders got it, boys. I should have done the right thing back in the day. And then maybe you wouldn't have said the mayor died, boys.
Linger longer, boy.
He likes to act like he's an expert on us and talk to those manatees about what's wrong with our show. Shut up. Look at the ratings. Go away. Police are searching for a group of several men accused of a violent home invasion. The men forced their way into a home on Redwood Avenue in Newton on Friday night. As many as 5 armed men. Here's your worst nightmare.
That is my worst nightmare.
So you got 5 armed men. They come in the door. They blindfolded a woman, tied her up with duct tape, and then police said the suspects made off with jewelry, a safe, and an undetermined amount of cash.
Mm-hmm.
Officials are looking for clues to help them identify the intruders. A sketch was released of a composite sketch of the man who acted as the ringleader.
Come
on.
Big top hat and a whip. The ringleader.
How humiliating would that be? Because the woman was blindfolded, she was not able to get a good look at the other side.
Of course, it's kind of hard to get a good look.
That's why they blindfold you, dummy.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
So there you go. You're minding your own business. You think you're safe. You buy the big house in the real nice neighborhood like Newton, and they come crashing through the door, 5 of them with guns.
They didn't say how they got in? Is there an open door, open window?
No.
Alarm wasn't armed, I guess.
See, this helps out your paranoia there.
It's not paranoia. It's it's reality. The reality of living in this day and age. You have to be prepared. Now, though, I'm pretty prepared. Now I'm just buying guns that I like now.
Yeah.
I purchased James Bond's gun. The Walther PPK. The nickeled Walther PPK. It's the gun of James Bond. You ever see one?
No.
Very nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
Shoot it.
And what?
And it's very small, so it's very, concealable.
What are you going to shoot it at? Jaws?
No, it's, see, that's it right there. Look at it.
Do you have like
isn't that a nice-looking pistola?
Why don't you just buy a little pocket hanky with JB on it?
JB.
It's a James Bond's gun.
Are you doing James Bond fantasies now?
No. I just always wanted a Walther PPK. And I told the guys at the store, Coliseum Gun Traders, I love those guys over there. The guys were very nice. Yesterday, actually tossed me like 500 rounds of 9mm ammunition.
That's wonderful.
Just for the hell of it.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
That's how you know you're a psychopath, when in the gun store they're throwing you complimentary bullets. Wow, you're our 1 millionth customer. Congratulations. Here's some extra bullets, lunatic.
That means they've seen you a few times.
Well, yeah.
They've got to know you.
They're a good bunch down there.
Yeah.
And I think I got one more on the list that is a must buy, and then I'll calm down a little, and that's the 50 cal Desert Eagle. That's the big. It's just a ridiculous gun.
Sure. So when are you?
Sure. Look at Jimmy. Sure.
So when are you going to invite us to the gun range, and so we could fire off some of these bad boys?
You're not allowed.
Why?
Because you don't have a pistol permit.
Yeah, but
you need one.
I can't. I shote the rifles and stuff.
Well, yeah, the rifles.
All
sure.
right, let's go do it.
Shoot some of those. That would be hysterical.
Let's go do
I
it.
would love to see Jimmy come down there, blast off a few rounds.
Let's make a mandate.
We'll have a mandate and go shooting.
Let's go shooting.
And go right there by Nassau Coliseum. Oh, it's right beyond the Nassau Coliseum.
You mean where they're building the lighthouse? Ugh. Give us a starting date. Enough with the dumb
Look
hype.
at that! Look at that one. Oh yeah. I'm getting a nickeled one though.
Yeah.
They sell gold ones that the brothers really seem to like. The homeboys love that gold-plated Desert Eagle.
How many guns you up to?
I have no idea.
That's a 50 caliber bullet.
That's a
How
50
big? 50 caliber's big. I don't know anything about bullets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's a big round.
That'll do some damage. Now, Anthony,
oh yeah.
Little homework assignment. Come in tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't want to give this info out, but
I probably don't want to give it out.
Safe to say you're up to about a dozen.
Yeah, I could give or take. Give or take. It's nice because I could accessorize. I look around. I look and I go, what do I want to wear today? What do I want to wear? Is it a 380 day? Is it a day for a 45? Or maybe I want something a little lighter, like maybe the 40.
It's psychologist day.
Is that what it is? It's always therapy day?
Or psychiatrist day. Yeah, one of those.
It's nice. Some of them fit very close.
Do you color coordinate?
Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? Smith & Wesson? Who are you wearing? Is that a Sig Sauer you're wearing?
Lydia wants in this thing. Hi, Lydia.
Oh.
Hi, Opie. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi.
I just can't help but be really, really concerned about Anthony.
Now, Lydia, are you really in the psychiatric field?
Yes, I really am.
And why would you be so concerned?
I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm a clinical psychologist. I have a PhD in clinical psychology as well as a few master's degrees.
And
now it's the gun collection. It's Fortress Cumia with armed guards. I'm afraid Anthony's going to start a sect in Utah.
I like it. Let me tell you something. When the ex moved out, all those shoes out of the closet. Now I have her walk-in closet. Guns!
Wait, you're out of the closet?
No, of course not.
Oh,
I'm staying in there as long as possible.
What color weapon do you think matches a straitjacket?
I would probably go with the nice nickel-plated weapon on that one.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, for the straitjacket. And then I was looking at some dandy clothes. 511 puts on some dandy like jackets that have little like concealed pockets that act as a holster, so you could just pop it right in there.
What's 511? I got to be the dummy here.
It's a tactical clothing and gear.
Because I see you got
the houseware.
Yeah. I see you got the 511 hat.
I think I'm going to take I think I'm going to take a trip to a 511 dealer today. They got. I love there's like a sneaker boot shoe thing that's very nice, and tactical pants and shirt.
I got to be honest with you. You've been wearing that 511 hat for a while?
Yeah.
I thought it was another terrorist attack that just didn't get the publicity. I'm not even joking.
Hey, don't forget, man, 511. Always remember.
Or a convenience store that didn't quite make it.
Well, because it's a black hat, and I'm thinking, wow, something really bad happened on May 11th.
Oh, damn. It got so overshadowed by the other one.
Right. You're so pissed off. Like 9/11.
That's a big boot.
9/11 took all the attention off this 5/11, and I'm here to say, look, do not forget about 5/11.
5/11, man. Now scroll down to the one that almost looks like a sneaker. No, not that one either. E-Rock. Yeah, but I'm gonna go down there. I found a place that deals in 5/11 wear down on the South Shore. And I'll go down there and pick up some things.
Hey, I would wear some of this stuff.
Yeah, they got cool stuff. Like they
Do you need to wear have a gun to wear this stuff?
No. There's kind of a sneaker boot looking thing that's really cool. I think that's it. Yeah.
And where do you wear all this stuff? And what do you?
No, wear it out
outside of the range.
Just wear it out to work. I'm not.
Hey,
what's that?
Sneaker boot? You hold a gun on that thing?
No gun in that. It's just a nice looking sneaker boot.
Anthony, as a goof, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Would you do like a session with Lydia just so she could like read you for us?
Oh, what, Lydia? You wanna do a session and then you could spill the beans on me? I'll give you permission.
You gotta do a free one though. I know how you guys are.
We are bad that way, but I would do a free one, but it'll have to wait for summer when I'm off from work.
Ugh. Why? What do you do for a real living?
Sorry, y'all have to make a real living, but I would love to give Anthony a little bit of therapy time.
All right, thank you, Lydia.
Fine. I see no problem in this. I like collecting firearms. I like exercising my Second Amendment right, and I like cool guns.
And they're saying that when you wear, John in Utah, I don't have time to go to you, but it says, 511 clothes will flag you as a gun owner. So is that a good thing?
That is true. Sometimes it's good.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything illegal, so it doesn't matter to me.
I had no clue what 511 meant until today. I swear to God, I really thought it was
511 tactical
I wanted to go to Wikipedia and see what happened on May 11th. Can you give me that?
11th, that's funny.
I want to see what Anthony's supporting. God,
511.
I hope it's some outrageous gay thing that happened on May 11th.
Oh, God.
Anthony's just lounging around the house comfortably in his gun, his Kevlar underpants.
His itchy Kevlar underpants. Let's go to Fontaine in Virginia. Fontaine.
Hey, Opie.
Hey.
Hey, Yimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, Anthony. You're collecting TV guns now? How long before tell me, how long before you put in an order for a space modulator, Anthony?
Space modulator. Very funny. No. I always wanted a Walther PPK. I like those little James Bond gun.
You got all your gun fans calling from all over the country.
Yeah, I know.
Suggesting
they love
what gun you should buy next. I don't know if we have time to go to that right now.
No, I said I'm probably getting the, what's that, Iraq?
On May 11th, 1949, Israel joins the United Nations.
Whoa.
Hey.
I got to ace this hat.
Is that it? Oh, well, actually, 1960 is what he's really supporting. In 1960, May 11th, the first contraceptive pill is made available on the market.
Oh, hey, see? Wear this hat with pride.
Picture of an infant with a circle and a line through it.
You know, Anthony, that's a big day.
That's what that 511 boot's for. Any oopsies. Leave a little maraschino cherry on the floor. Care of 511.
Hey, the Morning Zoo isn't making jokes like this. They're doing phone scams and celebrity sleaze.
Oh, God.
And playing pop songs to get them through the morning because they don't have enough material to throw at their listeners. All right, we got to take a break. Why don't we do that?
Can I promote something?
No!
Not now.
How about after the break?
Okay.
That'd be a good tease.
Okay.
How about a free thing, too?
Yes.
A free thing that you're going to want to hear about. We're going to do that after the break.
Ooh.
I think that's good, right?
Free.
Free.
Free of charge.
Free. Opie and Anthony. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Most of you know that by now.
Greetings.
Paula Abdul, what a dummy, huh?
What'd she say?
Dummy, or was she on something, or was it a screw-up that shows that American Idol is scripted? A lot of speculation going on because of her faux pas last night.
I blew off American Idol. I watched the last 2 seasons because of you, by the way. Anthony turned me on to American Idol.
Yeah, now I can't be bothered.
Yeah, you haven't watched in a couple of years, but you told me to take a peek. I took a peek. I got hooked for a couple seasons. The Sanjaya, I think that's going to be the pinnacle of that show. And this year, I've watched maybe a total of an hour. I watched some of the auditions, and then I took a peek, I think, last week or the week before that. I don't even know.
That's more than I've seen.
Yeah, and there's a video making the rounds. You go to TMZ, you can check it out for yourself. But Paula Abdul is babbling and talking about a song that hasn't even been sung yet, or a performance that hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, Dr. Steve texted me last night and said, "Oh my God, you got to see Paula Abdul. She's lost it." And there's been speculation over the years that this show's been on, that she's been on something. There's always an excuse. Remember that news interview she did where she was just out of her mind?
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, well, she was traveling."
Yeah.
I think she was traveling.
She was tired.
Like, what, traveling?
From bar to bar?
Yeah, was she on a bar crawl?
Well, so last night she... all the contestants are lined up on stage, and I guess they had sung a song. And she starts critiquing one of the contestants and talking about his 2 songs that he sang, and how she enjoyed the first one but didn't enjoy the second one as much. I'm not sure the actual which one she liked better. But the fact of the matter was, he didn't sing 2 songs.
Right.
He sang 1 song.
Here's
and
the
she was
audio.
reading from something.
Yeah.
So it's really odd.
Now people are starting to speculate that that they have a lot of this stuff prepared for them ahead of time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're trying to make good TV.
Mm-hmm.
Is it live
You thought
or
it was
no?
off the...
Yeah, it's live.
Oh, okay.
But you think it's off the cuff and stuff. People are starting to wonder, well, do these contestants maybe sing the song somewhere else first, and then they sing it on the show to make good TV, obviously, but they already know how the performance is in general.
Yeah.
And then they write out their scripts for them.
Yep.
And Paula Abdul might have, blown up American Idol's spot last night, because why else would you be talking about a song that hasn't been sung yet?
Yeah. Exactly. And perhaps there's some manipulation going on where the producers of the show and they want a certain contestant to win, get a little more voting in than another contestant, so they let the judges, they give them a script.
Right.
That's speculation, of course.
You're missing the obvious.
Yes.
Yes, Jimmy.
Paula Abdul sees the future.
Well, that is what Ryan Seacrest was saying.
Really?
Trying to cover up.
I think we have the audio.
You see the future.
That Ryan's funny.
Oh, what a laugh.
Paula rates Jason, whoever he is.
Sloppy party bottom.
Yeah.
Sees the future. It's his face in a shag rug. The Hollywood Hills 10 years from now. The gentleman behind him.
Paula rates Jason, don't know who he is, and that's kind of sad because I was a fan of this show for a while. Thinking he's performed 2 songs when he's only performed 1 song.
Mm-hmm.
Paula? Oh, gosh. We've never had to write these things down fast enough. Jason, the first song, I loved hearing your lower register, which we never really hear. The second song, I felt like your usual charm was missing for me. It kind of left me a little empty. And the 2 songs made me feel like you're not fighting hard enough to get into the top 4. So, David Cook.
No, we should just on the first song now. Just on the first one. Just on the first
I thought you, oh my God, I thought you sang twice.
Wow.
Just
see,
once, but
no,
Paula,
just the
Paula,
first one.
you're seeing the future, baby. You're seeing the future.
You know what?
She's coming back. All right.
This is hard.
Okay.
This is really, really bad.
And you hear the audience start laughing.
Because everyone knew.
They knew, and they were looking around like, what is she talking about? And then when she goes, oh, I thought you sang 2 songs, Simon looks at her like, you stupid bitch.
Well, he wants her gone, it's obvious.
He just looked like, oh
is,
my God, you idiot.
This is his baby, and obviously she's very, very popular with the American Idol audience, and he just wants to be done with her and get this show back on track with
That's what it looks like.
real judges.
That's absolutely what it looks like.
Paula says she was confused. She was reading the notes for the next singer.
Oh, really?
But the next singer, I don't think, had 2 songs performed yet.
I don't think so either.
A little more.
She wrote down notes on every singer. It was just like she wrote one for this guy and was reading the criticism of the next person. Like it was like if Ope sang and Ant sang, and I said, "Well, Ope, I thought you looked good, but Ant, your voice didn't sound right," and I just read it all as one.
Right.
It might be something simple like that.
I don't know. It didn't seem that way. It seemed like she made some kind of a huge mistake.
I like your explanation, Jimmy, but in that clip she did say, "Oh, I thought you sang 2 songs."
And she's just addressing one person.
Right.
Okay. I don't know. It was really odd. It was just weird.
Yeah. Here's more audio.
Hold on. Who is your favorite?
Okay, what?
Who is your favorite? Paula, who is your favorite?
You know what? I'm looking at it's your notes, David. You're fantastic. And it was a song that wasn't known.
Okay, let me give you something to write this up.
And it was a what?
Huh?
And it was a song that what?
I don't know.
She just
babbled.
Wow. She is just a babbling buffoon.
That's getting a lot of attention today. A lot of attention.
Yeah. She's been a little wacky the entire series.
This year?
Every year.
Oh.
Every year. She starts off with the audition process kind of okay. Like, I think they tell her, look, fly straight. And then, as the season goes on, she gets a little wackier, let's just say.
Right. A lot of people saying she heard the rehearsal, but that's basically what we're saying. I'm sure these contestants sing their song, so you get you're getting a pretty good idea how it's going to play out when they do the live show.
Yeah.
But still, that's bad. To talk about a song that hasn't officially been performed on the live show yet.
I wonder if they're there for that. Or I wonder if some people are sitting there, writers, and then they write comments.
Right.
Watching the rehearsal. And then just give it to them.
And then they kind of like pump it up a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of, act like it's them, their words.
Maybe for her, because she doesn't seem quite right. I can't imagine they're writing notes for Simon.
Yeah,
or for Randy, for that matter. Those two seem to be on top of what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Ant, we're trying to broaden our appeal, so we're trying to do some more sports on this show.
Oh.
And being the sports expert you are, I just want to run through some of these some of the sports stories this morning. What do you think about the Barry Zito thing happening?
Wow. That came out of nowhere.
It sure did.
Yeah. I was like, Barry Zito.
Yeah.
And that whole situation, it surprised me like it did everybody else.
You were surprised?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But a lot of people really weren't surprised because his performance wasn't that great this year.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I was surprised personally that his performance wasn't that great. Yeah. Yeah, that was surprising to me. I should have been clearer on that.
So you're all over the fact that the Giants demoted Barry Zito to the bullpen a year after he signs largest pitching contract ever.
It was so surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, things like that are bound to happen.
You watch the Ranger game last night?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I think there was some problems.
For who?
The guys, the Rangers.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Certainly were problems.
There were some problems with the Rangers. I knew that.
And what happened in the end? Did they work out these problems or?
It looked like they were really trying.
Yeah.
To work out the problems. Did they succeed?
Yeah.
In a way, you can say they did, but in another way, no.
Yeah, well, you're right. The Penguins beat the Rangers last night.
Yeah, so that's what I meant. Like, they tried, which is good as far as team morale goes and stuff, but they couldn't quite pull it off. Yeah.
Rangers are behind in that series now, 3-0.
Good.
Wow.
Which is very good for Jimmy because Jimmy's going to be in Pittsburgh this weekend, and he wants this series done with so people come and see his show.
Only Friday. Yes, I want the Penguins just to smash those dirty Rangers. End it.
Very personal.
Bunch of queers the Rangers are.
Flyers, Canadians, what are you thinking?
What am I thinking?
Game 4 tonight. What are you thinking?
Game 4.
Yeah,
Game 4.
You got Travis's Chicks team.
Right.
Not Travis's team. Travis all of a sudden became a Canadians fan because he married a Canadian who's a huge fan of the Habs. And next thing you know, Travis knows everything about hockey, and he's rah-rah for the freaking Canadians.
Yeah.
Hey, tonight's the... God, man, one of the message boards was talking about how you guys really need to leave your jerseys at home tonight.
I know. It's like 2 pages of people pleading.
Philly doesn't play.
No,
they
no.
don't
I've
play.
been to Philly games.
We got a lot of stories last week when we found out that Travis and Lisa were going down to Philly for the Canadians game tonight, and they said, leave your jersey at home. Lisa is like, she's like, no effing way. I'm wearing my Habs jersey for the game tonight.
It's an IKEA situation all over again.
I think she's buying a clear parka that she can put over her jersey so people can throw food and drinks at her.
Is it a Gallagher show or a hockey game? What's
the matter? Oh, they'll throw beer at you if you.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
we
throw beer at you just for being you.
We heard stories because like people try to be clever and they wear like the opposing jersey down there in Philly, and the Philly fans they put the opposing jersey, on like little kids, so that's how they get away with supporting their team as they're down there in Philly. And the Philly fans will make you rip the jersey off your little kid.
Yeah, take it off the kid.
I think we're going to have a fantastic time.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. This isn't good.
It'll be fine.
Who's doing your job tomorrow while you get your jaw wired?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
Lisa's going to have a few. She's going to have her Habs jersey on.
And someone's going to go like, get the jersey off. Yeah, and she's going to turn around and speak her piece.
She's going to go, F you, you Flyer fan.
And then Travis will turn around and go, well, she's a big fan of the, oh, getting stomped.
Yeah, here's audio of Travis. Yeah. Trying to stick up for his. Oh, it didn't work out too well. Well, good luck to you.
Well, I'm hoping that we're in the lower section, so maybe there won't be as many of the crazy fans.
Oh, really?
Oh, so you're trying to say that rich people won't take you out?
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm sure a lot of rich people would, but
it's just the poor bastards.
Yes, we're not in the cheap seats. We're
the poor bastards.
We're the rabid fans.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, she's just a big fan of the. Oh.
And then, of course,
yeah, crowd loves it. How he got a shovel in here, I don't know. Must be shovel night. It's shovel night here. Shovel night.
That's what they do in Philly.
Yeah.
If they were allowed, they would have shovel night.
Yep.
They don't play. You're in trouble tonight, Travis. You know that.
Yeah, I know. My dad.
Why don't you tell your wife politely, maybe this is not a good idea?
I've told her.
And you're going to be wearing a Habs jersey too?
I will be wearing a shirt, yes.
Oh, my God.
I think we're going to have a good time.
Oh, my God.
How are you getting to Philly?
Driving. Oh, I'm going to be dead tomorrow.
Driving. And knowing her, too, because she's pretty loud. We love her, but she's pretty loud. She's going to have Go Habs all over the car. In shock.
No.
Oh, no. I wouldn't have that.
Yeah, that's where I put my foot down.
What are the Habs? Why do you keep saying Habs?
That's just their nickname.
Yeah.
Why?
I like to make people think I know more about hockey than I really do.
Yeah, where did that come from?
You just call them the Habs, and people go, oh, you must know a little bit about the Canadians.
How does Habs come out of that?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. How did the Habs nickname come about there, Travis?
It's short for habituals, and I think I knew it at one point.
I thought you were mispronouncing the Jewish team.
It's been around for like 100 years.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what you're going to need?
What?
A good supply of body bags.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I'll be fine. I'll have stories of fun times tomorrow.
I'm sure you will.
Sure you will.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this is Travis. His wife is acting up at the Flyers game tonight.
Oh, my God! Oh, that's better.
Oh, no. Oh, that's not good.
See, the feedback going crazy. They love you, Travis. This guy writes, it's Squarehead. He writes, I'm from Philly, and I've seen many people hospitalized for doing exactly what you're going to do tonight.
I'm sure. Trust me, I lived in Central Jersey half my life. I know how bad Philly fans are.
Tomorrow it's going to be like, Travis, you have a good time?
One flag!
Yeah. You're going to have a one-flag day.
One flag!
Yeah.
She's assured me she's going to be a good girl.
No.
5 double-fisted beers later.
Just buying them 2 at a time because, it's the Canadians. They're doing very well. Oh, God, Travis, I feel bad for you. Yes, Than.
You can't even shop for furniture safely with this girl.
With this girl.
You think almost inciting a riot intentionally is going to be good for you?
Yeah. Yeah, Than makes a very good point. You had a major situation just trying to get a stupid couch from IKEA.
Well, we've had many IKEA trips since, and everything has gone off just fine.
Without a hitch. Well, that should be every trip to IKEA.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have one trip to IKEA that involves almost getting into a fist fight.
Sometimes things go awry.
Yeah, well, now you're in a perfect situation where something can go awry.
I have 19,000 people that don't like me automatically.
Oh, boy. Look who's barging through the door and taking over for Travis.
Wow.
Taking Travis's mic right out of his hands. Oh, my God.
Weather on the 8th.
It's time.
With Club Soda Kenny.
Hi, Kenny.
Good morning. It's time.
It's time for what?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Club Soda Kenny.
Let it be known that you said it's time over your own intro. You don't even know your own intro yet.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't put the headphones on it properly, so I just I spoke out of turn.
Right. All right.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Club Soda Kenny, and this is your Opie and Anthony traffic and weather on the 8th on the Opie and Anthony Show, starring Opie and Anthony and co-starring Jim Norton.
Co-starring? That's not going to make him happy.
Co-starring?
Well, it's better.
It should be Opie and Anthony starring.
No, it's starring Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, that's fine.
It should be also starring.
Yes.
All
Jim
right.
Norton.
No, I mean no disrespect. I love you all.
Co-starring.
All right, go ahead.
In New York City, there's an accident with a fuel spill down on Delancey Street. And you know what a fuel spill means, don't you?
What?
Fire. Lots of fire and explosions. I hope the cops bring a lot of body bags to carry out all the barbecue dopes.
They don't do this on the Morning Zoo.
This isn't the Morning Zoo. This is the Opie and Anthony Show, starring Opie and Anthony, and also starring Jim Norton.
There you go. I like that. I like that better.
Why are they dopes for being burned in an accident? They didn't walk into the fire with...
That's the beauty of our traffic and weather together on the 8th with Club Soda Kenny, even though he does it at 7:25.
Yeah, I try to be punctual. It's just not working out.
Right.
You know, in New Jersey, there's an accident with an overturned vehicle just before exit 131 on the Garden State Parkway. A car flipped over, and wouldn't you know it, there are multiple injuries. Overturned car accidents are wonderful because if you're lucky, you get to see some fat schmuck stuck buckled in upside down in the driver's seat while the car catches fire and slowly cooks them like a pork roast.
Kenny.
Yes? On Long Island, there's an accident involving a parked car in Central Islip. While no injuries have been reported, we're hoping that someone was caught between the bumpers.
This is extra graphic today.
Well, you know, I
love Kenny's traffic.
Well, now let's do some weather.
All righty.
Portland, Seattle, Salt Lake, showers. St. Louis, Miami, L.A., Denver, cloudy. Dallas, Kansas City, windy. Other places, there's sunshine. Good for you.
You don't really like that sunshine, huh?
Ah, it's overrated. You know, wildfire season is starting.
Yeah.
Critical fire conditions are developing in the southwest and southern plains. All the ingredients are in place for fire ignition and rapid fire growth. And so far this fire season, over 1 million acres have been burned across the United States.
That's good news?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm going to give you the ingredients for wildfires. You know, extreme heat, dry vegetation, low humidity, and gusty winds. and I've been reading this good book. I'll recommend it to people.
Bible?
No, the Farmer's Almanac.
Oh.
Okay.
And you know, today, April 30th, 2008, is a good day for weaning animals and children, quitting smoking, potty training children, and beginning a diet. And today, in 1967, there was a good tragedy in Minnesota. A tornado killed 16 people and injured 100.
The weather history.
Yeah, that's the Farmer's Almanac. And their advice of the day is, don't plant your corn until the oak leaf is as big as a squirrel's ear. That's been the Club Soda Kenny, traffic and weather on the 8s on the Opie and Anthony Show, starring Opie and Anthony and co-starring Jim Norton. Thank you.
Squirrel's ear and a horse's ass.
By the way, Kenny, your description of the fire hazard thing, the ingredients, is the same as your hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love your improv skills. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Second to none.
I'm good like that.
Yeah, you're really good.
He is good like that.
So you're working on your new segment, When Bad Things Happen to Good People?
Yeah, it's hard.
But you might have something by tomorrow?
Yeah. We're all working feverishly to make that happen.
Oh, good.
All right, you got to do it tomorrow because you're going to be out of town with Jimmy. He's doing Pittsburgh this weekend.
Yeah, the Byham Theater Friday night.
But that's not the big news Jimmy has for everybody today.
I know he's got big news.
Jimmy, what do you got?
I don't know. I'm kidding.
Chlamydia.
I'm hosting a show on HBO. It's a stand-up comedy show. We're taping 2 dates in New Jersey, May 21 and May 22. I'm the host. There's a bunch of comics going to be on. I'll announce the comedians as we get closer. But it's the Bergen Performing Arts Center. It's a free show. You got to send an email. These will sell out, obviously, to Jim Norton Show at BroadwayVideo.com. Each night you go, you get to see 2 shows taped, 2 30-minute shows with myself and a bunch of comics. And it's all 4 episodes of for HBO, probably going to air over the summer or in
Safe
September.
to say some of the comedians we know and love from this show?
Oh, yeah, we're not finished booking it yet, but yeah, absolutely.
And don't say sell.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
Free tickets.
I don't want to confuse people here. These are free tickets. All you have to do is send an email to where again, Jimmy?
Jim Norton Show at BroadwayVideo.com with your name and which show date you can attend, an email address and a phone number. And don't send multiple emails. Just send one. They'll try to get back to you. But I fought to have this taped in New Jersey.
Is this info anywhere?
Yeah, it's on my MySpace, and it's also on, I think, on Steve's website.
Okay.
And
we'll throw it on OandARadio.com later today.
Yeah, but I wanted to get
it's
it out.
It's going to go fast.
Yeah, without a doubt. The O&A fans, before HBO started marketing, I want you guys to come out.
They're animals. All right, cool. Quick break. We'll continue. It's Opie and Anthony.
Hi, welcome back to the Opie and Anthony radio program here on a whole bunch of stations. We're on here in the Big Apple, as we call it, and here on in Boston. Have some chowder. And in Cleveland, there's a good new show on after us.
What happened?
We have a good new show on after us in Cleveland.
I hear she's hot. Rachel Steele.
Yes.
Rachel Steele follows us in Cleveland. Wow, she is hot. She's got the Rachel cam? Oh, my God. Does she go to work like that every day? Huh? Where's your mic, E-Rock?
Right here. It's nice when I'm in studio. When I'm in Cleveland, I get to talk to Nard, the guy that runs the station. That's who has me on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Nard. Let Jimmy talk to Rachel. Rachel Steele.
She's really sexy.
She's got like lingerie on. She's got like a little teddy on. That's how she
comes to work like that.
You know what?
Come to work in a teddy.
A little advice
Jimmy,
to Rachel Steele,
please.
A little advice.
Yeah.
Go to work to do your show like that every day, and trust me, we will promote the hell out of you.
Right.
And you should wear a different teddy every day. I mean, you got the Rachel cam.
Every day. That's a lot of teddies.
Well, or at least, and rotate them. All right, how about you get a couple dozen and you just rotate through them?
Right.
All right?
I like that.
You want to finance this for Rachel Steele?
No.
How much could it possibly cost?
Hook up a crotch cam.
Yeah, crotch cam.
For good ones.
Wow, look at this. How do people check out the Rachel cam?
Go to KRockCleveland.com.
KRockCleveland.com. There's Rachel Steele. She follows us in Cleveland, and she, wow, what is that? She knows how to take a good picture. This picture I'm seeing is nothing but boobies. Her head is cut off.
She's not fitting the chick in radio stereotype.
Not at all. She probably has a horrendous voice. Now I need to.
You got to hear her. No,
you got to hear her.
She interviewed me once. She was very nice.
Yeah, but usually, I mean, there's a few exceptions, but the sexier the voice, the bigger the mess, the radio DJ.
Yeah, that's the usual rule of thumb.
This Rachel Steele has no business doing radio. She should be doing everything but
porn.
All right, now we got to get audio of her. I was trying to be polite. I would have just said modeling, but yeah, Jimmy, you're onto it.
What are
Erotica.
What really are models? They're porn actresses without the moral courage.
She even makes
moral courage.
She even makes drinking like liquid look sexy.
Well, look at what the liquid. No,
is it a beer?
Depends on the liquid.
Yes, of course.
Was it a beer? But she had like a plastic cup, and she's just kind of looking at the camera, seductively drinking a beverage. All right, Rachel Steele's on after us in Cleveland, and we need to know more about her.
People commenting, actually, she sounds hot as hell.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, check it out for yourself.
She's a leggy girl.
Yeah.
It's probably not even her. It's probably Rachel Steele is probably some like 408-pound monster, and this is just some girl they hired.
That would be hilarious.
That would be the greatest gag of all time. And then she shows up, and then you realize, oh, wow, she's a pig. Yeah, you got us.
You got us. Look at her.
Or no, you just have this girl show up at the promotions. You just kind of wave a lot.
A model.
You know, and say, oh, there's something wrong with my voice today.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that shot.
Jesus.
All right, enough. We're gonna.
What the hell is that?
It's a sexy shot.
I didn't see an up close face picture.
She's wearing a striped shirt like one of the Hamburglers.
Yeah.
Much better body.
She knows how to work it. Yeah. She's on some kind of like bed with CDs thrown about, and she's kind of just staring at the camera with her headphones on. Whoa. All right, Rachel Steele has completely shut down the show today.
I need a radio girlfriend. That's what I need. I'm sure she has a guy in Cleveland. Probably some man's man iron worker.
Oh, I'm sure.
Man's man iron worker?
Yeah, he just carries iron home. Bangs it properly. In his bare hands, his dirty, gritty man hands.
All right, in other news, John Sterling. I hate the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan. Jimmy used to like the Yankees. He's a what fan now at this point?
Love the Yankees. Used to love the Yankees. What fan now? What? Lou Gehrig's disease.
Speaking of like the Yankees, and then you throw the Red Sox in there, you know that famous trade the Red Sox made back in the day. Well, the check they used to trade Babe Ruth is going up for sale today.
It's on the auction block.
I'm not a big memorabilia guy. I told you about my Pete Maravich canceled check because he was getting some plumbing done, and I was a huge Pete Maravich fan growing up. I like that check. But this check, oh my God, I would love to have on display.
I'd love to be rich and buy it and then just rip it up.
I guess the check is for, what was it, $50,000?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like when they did the story on TV today. They
kind
traded
of cheap.
They traded Babe Ruth for $50,000 to the Yankees back in the day, and now this canceled check, is going to fetch something like $100,000 today.
That's all. I actually thought it'd be more than that.
That's what they're saying, but you got to think it's going to be way, way above $100,000. I would guess it's like close to $500,000 for something like that. That's a biggie.
That is a big item to have as a collector.
But getting back to the Yankees, they got this John Sterling.
John Sterling is their play-by-play guy on the radio. And the thing, you have a love-hate relationship with him because he can call a great game. Like, he's a very competent and interesting announcer. I like his voice. I like the way he calls balls and strikes and just the innings. But he has these catchphrases which he obsesses over, and it becomes about him. And it's completely irritating.
Yeah, he's kind of made these catchphrases something that people will recognize him for.
Yeah.
And it takes away from the game.
When I watch my sports, I don't mind a catchphrase if it's done kind of like very organically, you know what I mean? But a lot of these catchphrases, you could tell it's just being forced.
Yeah.
Just kind of shoved in your face.
We were talking about how he probably stays home trying to figure out what to say if a certain player gets a home run. And
right.
It's just very calculated, not spontaneous.
What did Al Michaels say back in the day? Do you believe in miracles?
He's a douche? Oh.
Do you believe in miracles or whatever? It was just very... He probably had that prepared or whatever, but it was so organic how he just kind of said it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I think it's become... Because I occasionally you don't mind it thrown in there, but it's just this thing that he had... And they're corny. They're not funny. They're not engaged. They're corny. And some dummy in the front office probably goes, John, that was a good one today. We all loved it. And he just, stupid Harry Moskowitz, thinks he did a good job.
Yeah.
That's his real name.
So from last...
Really?
Yes.
So, is that the, is it good? Oh, okay. We're working on something.
Nothing.
We're hearing that there was a guest star on American Idol last night, and we're... No?
No, it didn't match up.
You piece of garbage.
Oh, well.
Some bits just don't work.
Oh, well.
Sorry, bad back.
Really fast. John in Cleveland giving this Rachel Steele a lot of attention, but I think that's going to end drastically in about 10 seconds. John?
Actually, Scott. Sorry.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah. Hey, sorry to kill the vibe, but Rachel's happily married with one child.
All right. Well, screw Cleveland.
Who?
Who? I don't remember who we were talking about.
No, you're missing something here.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's ruin that marriage.
We would do that.
Let's ruin it.
Well, YouTube has Rachel Steele gives a tour of the 92.3 K-Rock studios.
Oh, yeah?
So I've just been kind of watching that.
Is it nice?
Yeah, she's wearing a little denim skirt. She's very leggy. Just kind of walking around.
All right.
Yeah.
But her husband's a cuckold. He likes to see other radio guys come in. Let's hope for that.
Cuckold.
So John Sterling just did the ultimate home run call during a Yankee broadcast last week, I think. I think that's what Danny was telling me last week. And we're hoping, because we're broadcasting to a lot of cities at this point, we're hoping that you take a look at your local guy, and if he's doing obnoxious stuff with home run calls, if you could send that in to us, because we would love to compare this John Sterling guy to other announcers around America. So far, we haven't gotten any, and I know there's some other guys doing the exact same thing Sterling's doing.
And I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but one thing he would do, which I kind of liked at times, when a home run was hit, he would say, "It is high, it is far, it is gone," and that was tolerable. But then he morphed it into a "it is high, it is," and you want
operatic.
You want to choke him like Johnny Ola. And then he puts like catchphrase. It's douche chill.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1.
There goes the deep left center. Oh, it is high. It is far. It is good. What a shot by A-Rod. All the way over the netting into the visitors' bullpen. Oh, an A-bomb from A-Rod. He hits a monumental jolt, and the Yankees take a 3-1 lead. Abreu and Rodriguez go back-to-back and a belly-to-belly, and the Yankees take a 3-1 lead.
Back-to-back and belly-to-belly.
I need a nap.
My
nap after that.
My scalp is tingling.
An A-bomb from the Enola Gay.
Yeah, exactly. How about why doesn't he just feature other things about the player? An A-bomb from the guy who's never won a championship. An A-bomb from the stripper lover in Toronto. How about that? How about that?
You really don't like the Yankees anymore.
I can't stomach that dirty A-Rod.
Dirty A-Rod.
Can't stomach him. Hate him. Never won anything.
Back-to-back, and Jimmy doesn't get an autograph.
Let's say hi to Taylor in Virginia. Taylor.
Hey, guys. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of catchphrases. You know, got a lot of hooks in the water, brother man.
Bleep, bleep.
Yeah, no, I know. Stinks, AIDS sucks. Believe me, we all have it.
All right.
Catchphrase / crutch.
Hey, I saw what you just did. Ant's got his. All
got mine.
Hey, Danny, do we have time to do the Alabama thing? You said
Alabama man.
You said this needs a setup, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Apparently in Alabama.
Where's Nick Carter?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now. He's a very lovely gentleman who works for a very lovely station.
Oh.
So you could trash whoever you want, Danny.
So apparently in Alabama, legislation was trying to get passed on whether or not they should raise.
Where was this?
Alabama.
Uh-huh.
And legislation was trying to get passed to see if they should raise the legal alcohol limit of beer past 6%.
Where?
In I think it was Alabama.
Okay.
Wow. 6%.
Wow.
Yeah, they wanted to. I guess there was some beer that was going to be imported, but it wasn't legal to sell, so they were going to try to bump up the alcohol percentage so they could sell it in the state.
So what are you and Anthony going to protest in New York to have that sold here?
Well, bring it on.
And make it legal to drive while drinking it.
All of the representatives were deciding whether or not they should pass this legislation, and this was one of the elected officials from Alabama. This is what he said in this meeting.
So this guy's like
he's a representative of the public.
Okay, we just want to make that perfectly clear.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got? I mean, the beer we got drank pretty good, don't it? I ain't never heard nobody complain about the beer we have. It drank pretty good.
No, it's not.
Budweiser.
No, it's not.
This is
that
not
is not an elected official.
It sounds like a homeless guy.
No, it's not.
It sounds like a homeless guy.
That guy's looking for a leprechaun in a tree.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I want the beer.
I want the beer.
I think it's a crackhead. Could be a crackhead.
Might be 7%.
That cannot possibly be somebody that ran for an office and was elected, voted into that office. No, I won't accept that.
Don't you think it's time to take Alabama away and make it 49 states?
Can
really
maybe Mexico take it?
Just
something.
Just make Alabama part of. I don't know. Make it its own country or something.
Sparta. Make it a part of Sparta.
Sparta. That makes no sense. How I'm stunned.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got?
Yo.
I mean, the beer we got.
Yo, what's wrong with the beer we got? Yo, what's wrong with the beer we got?
Who want the beer we got? Say yeah.
He's a public official.
A public official.
Wait, he ran for office or ran from an officer?
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Wordplay.
We got the leprechaun story. We'll play that going in a break, but let's get through this clip.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got? I mean, the beer we got drank pretty good, don't it?
Drank pretty good?
I ain't never heard nobody complain about the beer we have. It drank pretty good. Budweiser. What's the name of some of them other beer? Budweiser and what else? Miller.
Colt.
It drank pretty good, don't it?
I can't even.
Say Miller?
Moo. Moo.
I gotta hear that last part again.
I'm stunned.
Budweiser. What's the name of some of them other beer? Budweiser and what else? Miller.
Moo. Was that a crony of his?
It has to be someone else.
Moo.
Mill?
Moo.
Oh, they're getting a lot done down there, huh?
No wonder that place is just a crap hole.
And this was a clip from a very lengthy discussion about whether or not they should just have.
Could you get more of this guy?
Well, I think this was the only part where he interjected. There's more audio of like the other representatives,
right?
But I'm not sure if there's more of this particular one.
But can I ask how bad are his improv skills where you run out of beer after Budweiser?
Budweiser, what's the other one? Moo.
About the beer we have, it drank pretty good. Budweiser. What's the name of some of them other beer? Budweiser and what else? Miller. It drank pretty.
I love that guy.
That's gonna make me laugh.
I think I bumped into him in GTA 4 last night. Moo.
That's from a banned cartoon.
I loved him in Silence of the Lambs.
Moo.
How do you spell that out? Because I need to say that all day, but I can't. Moo. But how is it? Wait.
I think it's
About the beer we have, it drank pretty good. Budweiser. What's the name of some of them other beer? Budweiser and what else? Miller. It drank pretty good, don't it?
Milluh.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Moo.
Oh, wow.
That I
Keep this clip close.
Oh yeah,
we will be playing this ad nauseum.
That's a fave.
Oh yeah, keep this close.
What I was pulling at that wasn't. I mean, I heard him say it, but that was nowhere even close to being my favorite part of the clip. But now it is.
What was your favorite part?
Well,
it drinks pretty good.
It drank pretty good.
It drinks pretty good.
Do you have video of this guy?
No, it's just like in the video it was pulled from. It was just like a graphic of him, and then the audio underneath it.
E-Rock, Stephen S. from Bayshore is in a panic. He wants this for the O&A rundown.
Oh, who
that
wouldn't?
he writes, and that will be up on onaradio.com a little later today. Now the questions come in. Jared, listening on BCN. Jared, what's up?
Hey, not much. Anthony, you make a great point about this guy actually got elected. I want to know who he ran against.
Yeah, really?
He ran against one of those leprechaun spotters.
The only person he could have ran against is somebody that just clicks when they talk.
Punch it out.
All right, very nice.
Yeah, defeated some guy who started Apocalypto. Guy ran through his constituency with a hatchet. They're like, all right, we'll take the guy with the Miller friend.
Let's go to Tony in White Plains. Tony.
Yeah, I thought the Alabama primaries were over. What's Barack still campaigning for?
Oh, now Barack.
What?
Barack doesn't sound like that at all.
What? Mongo the trucker. Mongo, what are you hauling today?
I have a payloader on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
What's that?
It's not good cargo.
Yeah, that's boring cargo.
Boring cargo.
It's only, apparently in Alabama they use public service as community service.
Yeah, it's good.
That's very nice. Okay.
I love how he can only name one beer. Like, Jesus, dude.
Do you want to hear that again?
They got Budweiser. What's another one? I'm out.
What's another one? Budweiser? He says it twice.
I'm spent with this improv thing.
After Budweiser, it's all downhill.
All right, the whole clip again.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got?
What's wrong with
the beer we got drank pretty good, don't it? I ain't never heard nobody complain about the beer we have. It drank pretty good. Budweiser. What's the name of some of them other beers? Budweiser and what else? Miller. Miller.
I love
it
Miller
drank
guy.
pretty good, don't it?
Moo.
And then we laugh every time. I think there's another little funny thing in there right after he says Miller.
What's the name of some of them other beers? Budweiser and what else? Miller. Miller. Cool.
There he goes. Coors. He says Coors.
Oh, my God.
He goes, Moo, Coors. Yeah, listen to saying Coors.
Underneath you hear Coors.
It's Blair's cousin Jerry.
What's the name of some of them other beers? Budweiser and what else? Miller. Cool. It drank pretty good, don't it?
I love to see that guy. God, get more audio. Cool.
We done got the corn in the Miller brother.
Well, it reminds us of one of our favorite stories ever, the leprechaun story. The locals saw a leprechaun in a tree.
Did they?
Here it is as we take a break. Opie and Anthony.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community. Many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun and say yeah?
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this. Yeah, still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells right here. This is the special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm going to run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where the gold is. I want the gold. Give me the gold. I want the gold.
Just around midnight. Opie and Anthony on your radio dial. Still got a lot of good stuff happening today.
Oh, yeah.
You know that New York City is the #1. Well, we're now a marijuana arrest capital of the world, New York City. Yes.
Yeah, put those criminals away.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Wow.
Smoke a little weed. You need to be taken off the streets.
Smoke that weed, you're going to jail, pal.
Man.
Yeah, you hippie.
#1 arrest capital of the world.
What a waste of resources.
Just around midnight.
That is a complete waste of resources in the courts, the police, the prison system, arresting people for the weed. That really is something. It used to be such a, we gotta legalize pot, man. But they really do have to do something. It's not worth the effort that the politicians and the police department and the corrections department and the courts have to go through to, arrest these people, try them, put them in jail. For what?
For smoking a little herb.
Little weed. Look, God grew it, man. It was put on this earth by God.
So was oil. Drink that.
I'll let them smoke their pot.
I agree.
I think alcohol is far worse than pot as far as doing damage to people.
You know what? The kids today, they're into the pills.
They like the pills? They're
like
taking
the
the
pills.
oxy out of their parents' medicine cabinets?
I blame the politicians. I remember when they decided they thought they knew what they were doing and they took the drinking away from the 18-year-olds.
Yep.
You're a kid, you want to get a little buzz on, okay? So the politicians were like, well, we make the drinking age 21. It'll prevent underage kids from drinking and driving and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Kids were like, well, it's really tough to get alcohol, so now what? And then somebody who probably should get some kind of award said, you know what? You go into mommy's medicine cabinet. There's some fun stuff in there.
Get a buzz.
Now pill popping, 10, 15, 20 years later is all the rage.
What about huffing?
It used to be like you were 15, 16, 17, you got a six-pack, you went in the woods, you got drunk, you fell down, you woke up, you went home, for the most part.
Mission accomplished. Good night.
For the most part.
You left
Fun
a
night.
retarded girl sleeping on the cardboard, all messy and confused and feeling wrong.
And these out-of-touch politicians, they don't understand. They think they could solve these pretty serious issues by banning and making the drinking age different. It's like, no, they're just going to find something else. Don't you understand that?
No one's going to want to go around not buzzed.
Right. And then they're all of a sudden now, it's completely acceptable to pop a few pills.
Yeah, that's
from
what
mommy's medicine cabinet.
But weed, though, I mean, come on. It's been around so long, and so many people have been smoking it for so long. I think you could pretty much get a good gauge on the damage it does,
right,
or doesn't do,
right,
as compared to things like alcohol and cigarettes. If you want to talk about health and maybe driving,
yeah,
I think driving under the influence of pot. How is that compared to smoking or drinking?
I don't think there's one case. I really don't think there's
I'm
one
sure
case.
there is probably one.
Well, I think there was one case where there was a 12-mile-an-hour fender bender.
A little fender bender.
The guy just
guy hit a flower and bent it back.
Clunked, yeah. Or clunked into somebody.
You know who has a great bit on marijuana and how harmless it really is Bill Hicks. You might want to look that up. Bill Hicks did some brilliant stuff on marijuana back in the day.
Yeah.
Where there's no, the fight. There's no real fights or anything.
No. Booze-fueled fights are just the worst.
Oh, boy.
People get their beer muscles and just start brawling.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't arrest people for smoking a Mary Jane.
Right. That's Mary Jane. It's a stepping stone drug to bigger things like heroin, bennies, dexies, meth. Sure, you'll be popping pills. Next thing you know, you're babysitting, and a turkey's in the crib, and the baby's in the microwave.
Oh, boy, that's not good.
Well,
that gag.
Happened, right?
Yeah, I think so. Sure.
It's not an urban legend.
Hey, something we like to talk about on the show from time to time is the perv switch. Anthony, you want to tell everyone about the perv switch?
The perv switch. Everyone's got one. But some people are set a little lighter than others.
Yeah.
A perfect example of the perv switch is a dentist, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When a dentist has a patient in the chair and she's very attractive, and maybe he puts the nitrous on there and anesthetizes her, and he's doing the dental work, but then his perv switch just flips in his head, and he goes from... just, all right, let me look at that bicuspid. That does look a little sensitive. I might have to... I need to feel those cans! I need them! And then before you know it, she's waking up. Her buttons aren't buttoned straight.
Right.
And she feels dirty. You know what? You just feel like you've been touched.
Oh, you want to share?
Everything's askew.
Are we finally getting to the root of the issue? Are you want to share something today?
No root in my issues. I had no...
But, yeah, and then the guy throws his professional career out the window.
Yeah, he's
his
actually...
family life is ruined, all just because the perf switch, went on.
Perf switch overrides any logic or reason that you might have in your head to think, I worked my entire life to get to this point in my life and career. I have the wife, the kids, the career, and one flip of the perf switch, all that gets disconnected just because you want to feel something or see a nude woman in your dental chair or whatever else you're doing, a teacher.
You think the chick is knocked out cold and there's just too much stuff in her mouth, her tongue's out to the side, everything's numb, and she's like, her head is way back in the dentist.
She's never going to feel this.
And the dentist is smiling and just starts openly crying like, I can't help myself. I can't help it.
I'm sorry.
I'm so dirty.
Just clothes are all just pulled down.
This could be
pants are pulled down mid-thigh. Now you couldn't even make to the knee.
This could be our new bunny prostitute thing. We got to develop this one.
I need help.
But he's still doing it.
I need help. And he's drooling, crying, and snot's coming out of his nose as he's just awkwardly squeezing with both hands. I need help.
How did it get to this point? Her head's in her back and her eyes are like kind of half open.
Yeah.
But she can't move, but she's going, what's he doing? Why are his pants? She just kind of sees him out of the slits of her half open eyes approaching her, with pants unbuckled, helpless. Then it's a race against the clock as she's coming out of the anesthesia.
She sees him and he starts thinking that he's got to kill her.
No, as he's trying to button up the blouse as quickly as possible.
More nitrous.
Trying to get the evidence out of her hair. Okay, just float, relax.
It's just part of the mold I use to make an impression of your teeth.
Jim listening on BCN really fast. Jim in Boston, yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
we need more bits with Club Soda Kenny.
Isn't Clubby great?
We're developing Kenny because we noticed these morning zoos are very popular across America. The number one show here in New York is this Elvis Duran. He does a morning zoo. He just sucks. I mean, there's nothing to the show. It's just drivel. It's what would we say yesterday? Who cares radio?
Yes.
And he doesn't even have enough material to fill up his show. He's got to play the pop songs of the day, the popular pop songs. But we're going to take a page out of their book and we're going to have like Club Soda Kenny doing kind of morning zoo bits for us. He's working on.
Yesterday was great.
Well, he's working on more celebrity gossip, but we got to rename it. We're thinking celebrity scuzz. He does the traffic weather on the 8s. He does when bad things happen to good people. The first segment of that's going to be tomorrow. And I think right now, as you speak, Jim, he's in Tim's studio working on his first phone scam.
No way. Well, that's part of it, the formula. So I guess
they're trying to get it done so we can debut it today. So Jim, stick around if you like Kenny. I think we got.
You guys are all great. You guys are great.
Thank you, Jim. So anyway, this perf switch. So we're going to have the perf switch today when we go from here to XM. Springtime in New York is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the girls are coming at you fast, and you're thinking horrific things, and then the next thing you know is like, oh, this is the address I was looking for. It just comes and goes.
Yeah, you kind of forget what you're doing.
But with other people, it doesn't come and go, and it gets you in these situations. Well, today's story, vets' animal urges. I found this in the paper today. Sex harass suit. A veterinarian with a rabid sexual appetite was hit with a $20 million lawsuit for allegedly using an employee as his plaything.
Plaything?
And then abruptly firing the woman when she broke it off.
Well, you gotta.
Listen to this story. Denise Overbeck, a single mother of two, filed a salacious lawsuit against Robert Cohen and his 3 animal hospitals, claiming she was under constant pressure to have sex with the vet in his offices under fear of losing her job.
Man.
And then she is quoted saying this: "It's very difficult to work with someone putting their hands down your pants while you're trying to stabilize an animal in crisis.
That's what he's trying to do. Stabilize an animal in crisis. Here's my animal.
There's a wild clam and he's trying to make it drool.
Let me read that again.
I got an anteater over here. He's wild. Needs some taming.
Let me read that statement again. It's just amazing, the visual you get in your head. It's very difficult to work with someone putting their hands down your pants while you're trying to stabilize an animal in crisis.
One flag.
Yes, that has to be one flag.
She's trying to birth a calf. Her hands are all red. She's got her hands down her pants. What a creep.
She can't even fight him off. She's trying to hold like sutures.
Elbow deep. The animal's frightened.
Right. Well, you think the animal's looking up like, great. What are my chances at survival? This nutcase can't be bothered with me. She says, and this is where I have to say, shame on you. I mean, shit. Yes. Shame. She continues by saying, if you said no, he would say, this is my place. At that point, you walk out.
Right.
Overbeck said her affair with the 56-year-old vet began after he offered to help pay for an expensive surgery for her dog in late 2005 and assured her that he'd split up with his wife. I was led to believe this was going to be something that was good for me. Soon, the vet was prodding Overbeck to feed his bizarre and incessant panty fetish. By charging hundreds of dollars on sexy lingerie, makeup, and vibrators, according to the suit. Things came to a head about a month ago when Overbeck called the vet's home, and the vet's wife, Audrey, picked up.
Oh, boy. That ain't good. Yeah.
One flag.
Yes, one flag indeed when that phone rings.
Overbeck spilled the beans about the alleged affair before the vet grabbed the receiver and accused her of trying to break up his marriage.
Oh.
No.
Wait, she called his
One flag.
Yeah.
to rat him out?
No, she had no idea. I guess she called to, say, hey,
Didn't it say earlier that he was going to leave his wife?
Yeah.
He said he did.
Oh.
And then she calls the house.
Yeah,
and,
this lady really thought this was a good thing for her. Like, she was falling for the doc, and they were doing some crazy stuff at work, and he said, yeah, my wife's out of the picture, and then one day she decided to call him at home, and the wife answered. She was fired 5 days later.
Fired.
And now she's looking for $20 million.
$20 million?
Yeah.
Why?
I love the amounts of money these people pull out. $20 million. He shoved his hands down my pants. It seems like now, looking at the rest of the story, that perhaps, she wasn't too against what was going on at the time.
Sure.
But then now in hindsight, with the wife answering the phone, now she's pissed. And $20 million.
$20 million.
I want $20 million.
Hey, going backwards to that marijuana thing.
Yeah.
We got to develop the note to selves. We got to develop our dentist fondling bit.
Yes.
It could be our new dude getting a prostitute for the first time and only time in his life and everything going horribly wrong.
But the thing I like the most about the prostitute guy, though, is that he's got to kill her and chop her up. That's horrific. I don't know how the dentist is really going to get to the point where we got to take it further than him just crying as he's molesting her.
Well, it's just the stress you feel when you realize everyone is finding out. Like maybe the door was ajar a little bit, and the dental assistant now knows.
Right. She knows.
We'll see if there's anything there. Let's go to Jacqueline on Long Island. Jacqueline.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you guys?
All right. How are you?
I hear you're going
not bad. You guys couldn't have more perfect timing. I'm sitting out here in East Setauket and ready to go answer felony charges for possessing marijuana.
Now here in East Setauket?
The marijuana capital of Long Island, East Setauket.
Apparently.
Now, what happened? What were the circumstances of your little problem with pot?
They pulled me over in my friend's driveway, and as I'm sitting in the back of the car and they're telling me I'm going to get off with just a ticket, they start calling in for canine backup.
Now, what gave them an inkling that you were smoking? Did Stink like weed?
The smell
I guess.
Smelled like weed in there, didn't it?
I swear to God, I was walking through the precinct, and every single cop that passed the bag had nothing but compliments for what I was carrying.
Oh, yeah?
What were you carrying?
8.5 ounces.
8.5 ounces. So,
look at her laughing.
So you were
got the marijuana giggles.
So you were selling?
No, I was smoking.
Yeah, 8.5 ounces is for your own head?
Look at her. A marijuana mess. Listen to this thing. Look at her. She can't stop giggling.
I guess it could be.
She's going to court for a pretty serious charge, and she's just giggling the whole way there.
I swear to God, I'm like the poster child for like the Aryan race, and they're offering me like 6 months in jail and 2 years probation.
6 months you might have to do? Is it your first offense?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Giggle. She would be handling it well.
Yeah, right?
I wanna be like before a jury and just be like, it's pot. Like, who out of you 12 don't smoke, you know?
That should be about your defense.
Yeah.
I should represent myself.
Yeah. Are you stoned right now?
No, I'm going. I'm on my way.
Wait, you're going to... Now, you could go through this whole thing and end up in jail today?
Good God, Anthony, please. No.
No?
I'm hoping for an adjournment, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you kind of stretch it out a little longer.
Yeah, buy me some time. I didn't tell my mother, you know.
You didn't tell your mother you could end up in jail for 6 months?
8.5 ounces.
You sound like a real party girl.
No kidding.
How old are you? Because I want to know if you're an immature or if you're, like, really stupid.
Oh, we're going for make a mistake. I'm 27.
Okay, so you're just having fun.
I'm 27, and
Yeah, I know
it's
you
just,
said that.
horrible timing. Horrible timing.
Look, maybe what I was saying about weed is wrong before. When I said maybe they should just legalize it.
Why? She might be going to jail, and she's happy. Keep everybody happy.
I'm just
Yeah.
happy that I was sitting back, and I'm looking forward to such a crappy day. And of all things, you guys should
What were you doing with 8.5 ounces?
smoke a lot of weed. I'm going to court, Anthony. Today.
Yeah, but you don't have to bring it all with you, is what I'm saying. Listen to her. Like, if you have 8.5 ounces of weed, you take like a half ounce with you and leave 8 ounces stashed away somewhere, right?
Like I said, the timing was really bad.
Oh, you were picking it up, weren't you? She was picking up the weed. Oh, what a bad... And how did you get pulled over? What mistake was made?
You know, it's always the stupidest mistake. My lights weren't on all the way.
I love it. Oh, my God. It is a dumb mistake.
I'm the poster child for the Aryan race.
Right. We heard
Yeah.
Blonde hair, maybe.
So you had your parking lights on and you're driving around with 8.5 ounces of weed. If I had 8.5 ounces,
My friend's driveway. Like when I got pulled over, I was already in the driveway.
yeah, it doesn't matter there, sweetie. If you're driving around with 8.5 ounces of weed, you should have a checklist.
You should do
like
the
a
walk
pilot,
around.
like a pilot going on a mission. You should have a checklist. Headlights, check. Windshield wipers, check. Taillights, check. Blinkers, check. Everything.
10 and 2, 10 and 2.
Like friggin', what's his name? Like the Wolf when he got rid of the body for Jules and Vince. Just make sure everything's cool.
Well, normally my car has auto, and it was kind of raining, and I figured that was why I couldn't see all the way.
I like her defense, though. Well, it's only pot, and I'm white.
Yeah.
Say that to the jury.
All right.
I'm wondering if the fact that I have a dog is going to get me any credit. Who's going to take care of the dog if I do 6 months?
Say that. Say that.
Yeah,
will
say
definitely
that
save you.
too. That'll help. I'm sure. You are so screwed.
Who's going to mow the lawn? Raise all those issues.
Yeah, who's going to take care of my pot plants?
Yeah, who's going to sell my pot for me?
Take care of my plants.
Yeah. All right, Jacqueline, you got to let us know how it works out for you.
Yeah, let us know there.
See you guys.
Well, you too. Good luck.
All right,
All right,
listen.
thanks.
We got a little something for Jacqueline, and after the break, Club Soda Kenny's first phone slam.
Wow. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll do it right after the break, but first a little of this. It's Opie and Anthony.
you can chew it, you can really try to do it smoking pot. Or you can sing it in a song, you can smoke it in a bong, smoking pot. Well, it's the latest sensation that's sweeping the nation, smoking pot. Let's go smoke some.
We're going to go to break. I'll talk over the song. The instant feedback is hilarious. Dan H. from Raleigh, he writes, her eyes were so dilated she could see with just the parking lights on. And then Kyle from Port Jeff goes, F, I checked my air pressure if I had 8.5 ounces.
Yeah, exactly.
Spin doctors and blue travelers smoking pot. Let's go smoke some 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 pot. Come on, let's go smoke some pot.
Breathe in, breathe out. Opie and Anthony. Jim Norton. Jimmy, you got to tell the people about how they can get those free tickets that are going to go really, really fast for your HBO show that's coming up very, very soon.
Yeah, I'm hosting a stand-up comedy show on HBO. We're taping 4 episodes. It's 2 episodes a night we're taping. They're only half-hour shows with me and a bunch of really good acts. Hardcore comics, man. It's Wednesday, May 21st, Thursday, May 22nd, New Jersey. Bergen Performing Arts Center in Inglewood. Here's how you get tickets. They are free. You just send an email with your name and which show you can attend, like which night, and a phone number to Jim Norton Show at BroadwayVideo.com. That's Jim Norton Show at BroadwayVideo.com. And don't spam them or send them a million. Just they'll get you a pair of tickets. And this will obviously be full, so
very
I really
good.
want you guys to come out, man. I want the O&A fans there.
Now sing, Jimmy.
I would like you to come.
No. Breathe in, breathe out.
What's that?
You don't know this song?
No, that was just my song I made up about people cussing.
Got a machine head.
Got a machine head. We played this on the only station that really rocks.
I remember.
No one rocked.
This
like
was one of
we
those.
did. Shut up. Stupid radio slogans.
Can I tell you right now, I'm pushing my groin into the console.
Why?
Looking at Red Rum on Pal Talk.
Red Rum's on Pal Talk, and she seems to be just writhing around on her bed, wearing nothing but the tiniest of little thong panties, and that's it. And she does this little move where she lays on her belly and kind of puts her leg to the side, really shows off her hiney.
You think she's working up a log?
See that? Yeah, that's the move.
I like to fire out like a Roman candle.
Roman candle. Goddamn, Jimmy.
I spent easily 20 minutes in there today, Jimmy. A lot of work for little.
A little payoff.
A little payoff.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
You didn't have a good harvest for what you put in?
My God, man. Unbelievable. I might have to work that area a little bit to make some room for some of this stuff. Hey, once again, because we're very, very jealous radio guys, everyone knows that. The ratings came out here in New York, and, we didn't do too well. But when it comes to the new ratings, we're doing very well. Very confusing. But they're still using the old ratings, so we're a little blue.
Yeah.
A little blue about it. And what really just pisses us off is that the number one radio show in New York City is Elvis Duran and his Morning Zoo, which is a lot of who gives a crap radio.
I disagree.
They're not funny people.
Jimmy.
They're not edgy people. They just give you info that you could get on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems like that type of water cooler, like, just crap.
And they don't even have a twist on it. Like, at least
No.
when we play, like, the Paul Abdul audio, we try to give you a little twist, a little Opie and Anthony twist to things. And they don't even have enough material to fill up their show every morning, so they play the popular songs of the day, the pop songs.
Wish we could do that.
And for some reason, people just eating this crap up. So we decided that we really need to do more Morning Zoo type things.
Yeah, let's just take the lead there, see what works, and go with it.
And we know they do some kind of like phone scam or phone slam or
phone slam
or wiretap. I don't know. They get
illegal wiretap. What's it called?
I don't know. But I got to tell you guys, like if you hear a prank call, like a brand new prank call on a radio show, it's completely made up because you're not allowed to do that anymore. That's a biggie with these radio companies. They will not. You can't even sneak it in.
No.
Without all hell breaking loose. So right off the bat, if you do hear these things on a radio show and it's not old, like we play some of our old ones when it was legal, they're just making it up.
Yeah.
So
You
with
can't
that,
do it.
with that said, we figure we better start doing, phone slams, phone scams on our show. So here's the first one from Club Soda Kenny. Club Soda Kenny's going to take on this whole Morning Zoo thing.
He certainly is. He's doing a great job so far.
Yeah, we're going to come up with other bits that follow the Morning Zoo format, and Kenny's going to be doing them for our show in the coming weeks, okay? With that, here's Club Soda Kenny and his first phone slam.
Opie and Anthony's Phone Slam with Club Soda Kenny.
Hi, is this Ray?
Yeah?
Ray, your family's dead.
What?
Remember that faulty propane tank in your backyard?
No.
Well, it blew the house up.
What?
They're all dead.
Oh, my God.
You've just been phone slammed.
Who is this?
Goodbye.
That is so stupid.
I see
but that's
room for-
exactly how they do it.
Right.
I would like him to have led into it a moment like, hey, Ray, you know that faulty propane tank? Yeah. Well, it killed your family. But he put right into, hey, Ray, your family's dead. And then he tells a backstory.
A backstory on the death. Oh, Danny comes running in.
Danny, what's up?
He's trying to outrun Nick.
What? Oh, you got Alvin Holmes, the beer bill guy.
All right.
From earlier.
I'm a member of the Alabama House of Representatives here in Alabama.
We haven't even said hi to you.
How are you, sir?
Hi, Alvin.
Yes, sir.
Now, we were listening to some audio of you talking about this beer ruling.
Absolutely, on the House floor.
Yeah, what can you explain for people that might be tuning in for the first time this morning? This is a big thing going on in Alabama.
Well, it has passed the Alabama legislature and raising the content in certain beer, alcohol content in certain beer. And, of course, I was in opposition to the bill.
You were?
Yes, I was in opposition to it. My statement on the floor of the House of Representatives is that what we have at the present time is fine, and we do not need to increase the alcohol content in beer or any other alcoholic beverages here in Alabama.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I think you raised a good point because I mean, like, what are they trying to say? Like, what's wrong with like the beers we have? What are we have?
How many beers we got?
What's the beer we have?
Oh my God, I don't know. You have plenty of them.
Like what? Can you name a few?
Budweiser.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Budweiser and other traditional beers here in Alabama. I think we have. I was in opposition to it because we have here in the state of Alabama numbers. I can't call all of them. The beers we have and wines and other.
Well, what beers are what beers are we talking about? You got the Budweiser.
It's a German beer.
The one that they're trying to get in now?
Well, no, they wanted to legalize raising the content of alcohol in German beer in Alabama, and they did.
Oh, no.
They did.
Is it Is it a German beer for export only? Is it Pisswasser? I've heard of a beer that they're doing for export.
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
It is, okay.
It is?
For export only, Pisswasser, yeah.
Yes, and I was in opposition to it. I thought many of our young people have access to beer, and I thought it would be a bad thing for the young people.
Oh, really? So, you like people that are older can make up their own minds, but the younger people might just want the more alcohol.
Absolutely. And at colleges and universities across the country, at fraternities and sororities gathering, they have a lot of beer, and I thought that it would be a bad thing for the young people.
But it did pass, unfortunately. What is this going to mean for the great state of Alabama?
Just mean that the people in Alabama will be able to drink a beer with more alcohol content in it.
Do you think that's good, though, in a way, like for financial reasons? Because, like, instead of like people,
it'll help the state financially some. But I think the problems that it will create among the young people will be greater than the benefits that the state of Alabama will receive.
Well, sir, would they consider raising the legal limit for drinking and driving? Because a lot of people say it's way too low, and they should. What is it? What is it in Alabama? Is it a 1.0? Is the legal limit for driving?
Well, I mean, you have to be a certain age. You in the state of Alabama, you have to be 21 years old to buy alcoholic beverage.
Right.
But no, sir. I mean, when you're drinking, they do a breathalyzer test. There's a legal limit you're allowed to have.
0.1 or is it 0.08?
Yes, I think that is the correct one.
Maybe 0.08. So maybe
But I said 2.
maybe they could raise it, like because the alcohol is going to be stronger. So maybe they should allow people to drink a little bit more while they're driving.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps they should, but they did not do that. They just passed this particular bill.
Where's your stance on the Lopeweiser?
On Budweiser?
The Lopeweiser. It's another German import that the kids today seem to be fancying.
Very big in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any objection to, I'm not an isolationist. I don't have any objection to foreign trade or anything of that sort.
Oh, okay.
But whether it's beer or any other item, it's just my position. I don't think in the state of Alabama or any other state that we should be raising the content of alcohol,
right?
Beer or any other alcoholic beverages. I mean, what we have today is fine, and people enjoy that.
Hey, Alvin, we got a lot of youngsters that listen to the Opie and Anthony Show. Want to have just a little bit of fun here. Can you name as many beers as possible in 15 seconds? We kind of do like a morning zoo type of program here. We try to get like the info out there and the facts, and we deal with serious issues. But we also like to, have a little fun, just a little bit.
I don't drink beer. When I was in the military, I had a couple beers that make me real sick, and I messed with it since. I mean, you got Budweiser and Schlitz beer are real popular here in Alabama, and then you have Coors. Those are the only one that I see when I go to the grocery store.
What about the Miller?
Miller?
Yeah, Miller.
Miller. What else? We're almost done with the bit.
We got.
They probably have some others. I don't pay any attention to it.
Yeah.
Schlitz. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
No kidding. That's where we shipped all that beer off to.
How about Pabst Blue Ribbon?
The PBR.
Yes,
they have that here.
Love the PBR.
So, sir, what's it going to be raised to? If it's how much more alcohol is in the beer?
I don't recall right offhand the exact content they raised it to, but it was much higher than the regular beers.
Yeah. Can't they just get whiskey then?
Pardon me?
Can't young people just get like whiskey anyway, which has more alcohol?
Yeah. In the state of Alabama, you can buy any form of alcohol if you're 21 or older.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if it's in the beer or if it's in the whiskey or tequila.
Whiskey, wine. You are prohibited unless you're 21 or older buying that or buying any tobacco product.
Mr. Alvin Holmes, are you suggesting with this phone call that we raise a generation of super kids?
Well, the only thing I'm saying that one of the biggest problems we have in America today among young people are drugs and alcohol, and I think we need to control it as best as we can.
All right.
Should they lower the drinking age, sir? Is that part of the problem? Is that people have to wait too long to start drinking?
That when the Alabama legislature passed the law, I was for lowering it to 19.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Because I took the position that at that time that people, if they're eligible to be drafted into the military service, and by the way, they had the draft law at the time this was passed by the Alabama legislature. If they can go and fight for the country, I think if they are 19, but they decided on 21.
Well, I think you're right.
I think if you lower it down to even 16, I think by the time they reach 18 or 19 years old, they're more used to drinking,
right,
and much better at drinking and driving.
Much better tolerance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the age of consent thing, too. I mean, that should all be dropped a little bit. They're far too high up on the ladder.
Yeah.
I was for 19, but they decided on 21.
Yeah, that's too bad, sir.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Alvin Holmes from the Alabama
Legislature. Yeah, Alabama House of Representatives.
All right, very
All
good.
right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hoorah!
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sounded a little taller on radio.
For the people just tuning in, we got to play our favorite clip in a long time. Danny came up with this today. The guy we just had on the phone, we have audio of this guy. His name's Alvin Holmes of Alabama, and he discusses whether to raise legal alcohol limit of beer. And this audio has been making us laugh all morning long as they continue to laugh in the background. Here it is one more time.
That's him, Gleason.
Yeah. That led to our exclusive interview with Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got? I mean, the beer we got drank pretty good, don't it? I ain't never heard nobody complain about the beer we have. It drank pretty good. Budweiser. What's the name of some of them other beers? Budweiser and what else? Miller. Coors. It drank pretty good, don't it?
It drank pretty good, don't it?
You sound a little more subdued on our phone than that.
He was all excited.
About.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sounded a little taller on radio.
I just caught the way he looked.
For some reason or another, he's looking at him like,
Denny just ran in more Alvin Holmes audio. Let's see if there's something here.
When Alabama lawmakers met in February to approve a bill to free up more bond money, State Representative Alvin Holmes expressed his concerns.
I'm not going to be for it unless all the attorneys is competitively bidded, all the underwriters are competitively bidded, because when you start to dealing with bond issues, you talking about a lot of money.
And he looks like Clay from The Wire, but with a little bit of a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly
Absolutely.
who he looks like. He looks like...
Absolutely.
What was Clay Davis, Senator Clay Davis.
Well, we had a lot of fun today.
Wow, that went fast today.
We didn't even get to talk about Reverend Wright and Obama denouncing him. Which
we could do that on the other side where
we'll do
the
that.
bell can come in handy.
All right, we could do that. Anything else we need to do? Oh, this is what we need to do.
Oh.
Coming up, here in New York City, it's Nick Carter, who Danny has a problem with. In Boston, coming up next is Adam 12, who's a huge supporter of the Opie and Anthony show.
Yes.
In Cleveland, it's Rachel Steele, who we fell in and out of love with within 5 minutes.
What's the matter?
Well, we found out she was married with a kid that kind of blew it for us.
Yeah.
But she's still hot as hell, and she does the Rachel cam, so you might want to check that out. In Buffalo, it's my old buddy Bull. He's up next on the Edge. Rochester, The Zone, you got Brody. And 95X at Syracuse has the Diva of Rock coming up next. Ooh. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're off to XM.
Lady.
Thank you.
I know what you want.
Look at that boob.
My God, they're giant.
That turn you on?
Whip 'em out Wednesday. The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Wednesday.
Oh my God. B-double-O-B. Boob.
There's a lovely young lady showing her breasts.
Boob. Naked. Chuck 'em. Girls all over the country flashing their lovely boobs.
Guess how many boob dates are there?
Can? I don't have those.
You are spectacular.
Blow me. Wednesday.
Just a thought. Who knows? Opie and Anthony, XM, satellite radio. There's fires all over America.
That's right, in Obama's camp.
We got a church burning in Philly, and we got a restaurant burning in L.A., Hollywood and Vine. And it's like dueling coverage. CNN went with the church fire, and MSNBC went with the restaurant fire. And I just did Who Gives a Shit Radio. All right.
I was looking around. Let me see. No fires left.
No, now they're on to Monster Father. Yeah, I told you this story would be huge. There's more details coming out. The families met at the hospital. Talking about that daughter that was in the basement for 24 years.
Yeah, hot.
Fathered 7 kids.
Terrible.
The father went downstairs, raped his own daughter for 24 years. They had 7 kids, 6 lived.
And they called it the aristocrats.
Now it's coming out that the basement was soundproof, so no one was going to hear her screams or the children's screams. And every once in a while, one of the kids would come upstairs and be dropped off on the front porch, allegedly. And then the father would bring that kid in and told his wife that this kid was the offspring of his daughter that ran away years ago, but she kept coming back to drop kids off. So 3 of the kids ended up living with the father, and the other 3 were still in the basement, and the ages ranged from 5 to 19, and they never saw daylight. How fucked up is this story?
They stayed in that fucking place
for 24 years. And they all met at the hospital, I guess, and like the kids that the father had with his wife, and the 3 kids that left the basement, obviously, to live with the father and the wife, met the 3 kids that never saw daylight, all in the hospital, and they all just got along.
Wow, they had a great time.
Yeah.
You're telling me that fucking she couldn't have figured out a way in 24 years to get out of there? I mean, come on.
Really?
It doesn't,
come on.
unless she's retarded. Maybe she's retarded.
She didn't look retarded in the
She didn't
picture.
at all. But that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Get an old rock hammer and a poster.
It's an amazing story out of Austria. They're showing footage of the guy on TV right now.
Oh, he's getting a massage?
Yeah.
Yeah. The hell is that?
By the way, if you want to see something really creepy, we
they call him Monster Father. I love that.
TMZ, I think you got to go to the second page at this point. They have pictures of Hulk Hogan putting fucking lotion on Brooke Hogan in such a way you would be convinced that this is Hulk Hogan's new chick, but it's not. It's his daughter. If you want to get kind of creeped out, go to TMZ.com. Well, some people will find that hot.
Let me see a picture of Brooke and Hulkster.
You want to see this?
It's so bad.
Look at this, Jimmy. This is, I swear to you, it's been proven. That one isn't as bad. Brooke Hogan is on a lounge chair, and Hulk Hogan is putting oil right in between her legs, really close to ground zero. Look at that.
Wait.
Look at that.
What were they doing in Lower Manhattan? Sorry, stupid jokes.
No, but ground zero is an expression. It is used for Lower Manhattan, but it's also used to mean like a focal point of something that could be appropriate or inappropriate.
Wow, I never even knew that.
You know, no, Larry just wanted to chime in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But go to TMZ
Larry,
if you want to see. That's just, that is creepy,
Look,
man.
that's his daughter. He's rubbing lotion in her ass cheek.
Yeah.
You devil.
Yeah.
He so wants to have sex with his daughter.
Well, his new girl looks like an older version of his daughter.
Older?
I swear, yeah, it's creepy.
It's awful.
Look, go to that picture right there. I don't know which one is. You can't even tell which is which.
It's on Drunken Stepfather.
Yeah, look. The one on the right is Brooke Hogan, and the one on the left.
Holy shit! Brooke is giant.
She's a monster.
She is.
Thank you for saying
giant.
that, Anthony. So many people think she's hot and all this crap. She's got to be pushing. She's got to be pushing 200 pounds. She has to be.
Yeah,
she was taller than me, and I'm about 5'11", 6 foot if I'm wearing the proper shoes, and she towered over us when we met her.
In your pumps,
I have
wearing your pumps.
Well, when we get some freaking weekends, you know, my girl has the heels on. I'm like,
puts the heels on, and now you're gonna have to do something.
I like that. You don't like a chick taller than you?
Hell no.
Oh, I like it when they tower
Hell
over
no,
me.
H2O, bro.
Push my face in their fucking breasts. Hug me, mother.
Hell no to H2O.
Mother.
Mother. Just nurture me.
Well, this guy seems a little aggravated. Yes.
Oh, yes. He's a good singer.
This is good stuff.
What is this, Brooke? Who is this? What happened?
Hulk singing. It's good.
Hulkster. Saw it on TV.
When I wrestle at
Wembley. He really shoehorns some words in on this one. Shoehorns his cock in his daughter's ass.
Why is his vocals?
Pardon me. Maybe he doesn't.
Way in the mix.
Because he's awful.
He's great.
You were my friend.
Yes.
Not soon enough. Die already.
What if the boy's in hell because he was a Jew, Hulk?
Oh, this is awful.
How fucking bad
What's
is
the
this?
Hulkamaniac? It's touching.
It's touching, all right.
We're getting
Nice
to the
horns.
hook. Can we bail after the hook, please?
No.
See. He wishes Hulk's love could bring him back again.
Sure.
Like Hulk loves this kid so much that his love could bring him back.
Didn't work for Hulk's hair. Why would it work for a kid?
Again.
Uh-oh.
You know, we'll win this fight.
Win this thing with him.
Ringside to cheer me on.
Win what fight? He lost. He's dead. That's good. You win a match while he's in a box.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah, all about you, ain't it, Hulk?
Yeah, you're fighting Sergeant Slaughter in a cage, and this kid is dead in a box.
The prayers we said together weren't answered, I guess. Unless it was, please let me die fast before you wrestle at Wembley.
Wembley.
Yeah. The fuck is Wembley?
They can't get enough backup singers over him either.
Oh, no kidding.
Bury him in everything. His vocals are buried like that little kid.
Where's the hook? Right here, right? Still no hook.
Gorilla
The world.
Monsoon? Oh, good horns. Sometimes somebody's queefing into a horn. The old horn queef.
They're just dumping everything on top of him.
Horns, backup singers.
Piano,
vacuum.
Yes, they got Stomp. Blue Man Group for the visual distraction.
Opening and closing a coffin lid.
A wailing mother.
The guitarist has a 3-neck guitar. That'll distract people a little
Playing
bit.
all three at once.
Right.
Rick Nelson from Cheap Trick is standing on the boy's small cadaver. And his small his formaldehyde-filled Hulkamaniac body.
The drum kit is spinning above Hulk's head, so that distracts his performance.
You are my friend.
That's right, you are.
This song never ends.
Now you're just a thing growing hair and fingernails.
Yeah.
But first he has a shitty reality show to do and a marriage to blow.
And a kid that likes to drive fast.
And a daughter with a nice shit cutter.
It's horrible. He wishes, but it can't.
How much time? My God.
Jeez.
The studio audience was with us for the first half of the song.
Now.
They're like, all
Now
right.
now we're committed.
The kid was alive at the beginning of the song. Shot himself.
Yeah.
He couldn't handle it.
Is this the big ending, Danny? Here it comes, the big ending.
The nice horns. My friend.
But now you are dead.
You were my friend. Now you're fertilizer. Just a rotting thing with a yellow bandana on his head.
When did your little jaw drop?
Oh, The things they buried with you are still sitting there on your stupid suit jacket.
His little baseball card.
Exactly. Your little signed Hulk Hogan trinket.
Oh, it just sits there on his rotting body.
That trinket I gave you before shooting human growth hormones into my balls. Shut up. Shut up.
Little hanky in his communion suit. Never see snot ever.
When they bought it for him, they never realized he'll never outgrow it. When they bought him that suit, it was for a fun affair. They never thought this is the last suit Lil whatever his name was will ever own.
Ever gonna need the little Hulkster.
I wonder what he died of.
Oh,
probably drug
embarrassment.
overdose. He was 6. He was a dope addict. Him and Hulk met in a fucking drug run somewhere in fucking Mexico. Hulkamaniac who would smuggle fucking Hayron under his fucking Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, a balloon burst in his colon and he fucking OD'd.
That's right, and it was a balloon that Hulk put in on his penis head. he would pack the boy's shit full of heroin and balloons
with his fat dick
and tiny scrotum, his shriveled HDH scrotum.
Fuck Jimmy.
Nice ball bag shit dick.
More hair on his nuts than on his head. He's losing the hair on his balls, so he ties a little bandana around it.
That's right. That's funny. The lad was afraid of swallowing a balloon, so Hulkster tied a few heroin balloons around his fucking cock and just put them in manually.
Oh, is that hard?
That's a rough one.
Well,
I don't know
anyway.
who the kid was. God love him.
Go to TMZ to see Hulk Hogan rubbing oil on his own daughter.
That's right. If you want to feel sad / jerk off, it's a fantastic photo. And I like the Hulkster, which is that'll be a hotter photo.
Do you really?
Yeah. It was fucking like Andre the Giant with his big hands.
Hey,
good reference.
Someone wants us to play Eric's bacon thing because he wants it for a ringtone. Do we have
That
that
is a good
today?
ringtone.
We could do that before we go to break in a little while here. Hey, we could go serious for a minute or two.
Not yet, because the FCC hasn't approved.
I get it. You went with the IRUS. Yes.
That's accurate.
Hey, also, I noticed that Sam, we're this close to getting Sam in a place where we could have people pay money to see Sam.
Oh, because of his hair.
Yeah, his hair is getting to the point where I really believe he could be part of like a sideshow.
It's genuinely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's not even close to being anything
Look
that
at
anyone should
Sam,
wear.
come on in here. Look at Sam.
Although I had the same hair.
What are some of the names of the sideshow characters they used to put on display? Because you could be one of those guys. You can make some money, Sam.
No, come on here. What do you mean like
That's right. He assimilates into normal society. Come see how he enunciates.
Mill. Wow, fan.
You mean like
Jesus.
Little sneezing fit
What
there.
are you, allergic to mulattoes?
Cool. Mill.
What kind of beer you want?
It drank pretty good, don't it?
It sure does.
Mill.
Cool.
So, yeah, that hair. Sam.
Yeah.
How is this Afro War thing going to end? Where are we at?
I don't know. Eastside Dave.
We gave up on the bid
Sam wins hands
2 months
down,
ago.
though.
I thought so.
Unless, I'm
wants to-
allowed in with pictures from my youth.
Yeah.
But
He wants to shave his head badly, and I don't know. I thought contest was over, but Eastside Dave refuses to admit defeat on this one.
Yeah, he won't admit defeat, even though he's supposed to have a baby within days at this point.
Right.
So he's been begging me to throw this thing because he doesn't want his daughter to be born with him having that ridiculous haircut that he has now.
And his baby photos, his first photos with his daughter.
Right.
He's got a fucking
Oh, God,
Bozo
that's
the
right.
Clown fucking hairdo.
Well, we're going to see what's...
oh, God, that's right. He's got to
Great.
take pictures of a newborn.
I
He
would...
looks ridiculous.
I hate to go down this road, but we're going to see what's more important to Eastside Dave. A dumb, ridiculous, stupid
Baby
radio
or a
bit.
contest.
or his child.
Or his child.
Yeah.
Let's see what's important to Eastside Dave. Now he's got some pressure. You're telling me that he might take really bad, ugly pictures with his newborn baby just to keep this dumb, stupid, overrated radio bit going?
Most people have forgotten about it until you
Exactly.
Let's be honest, they're not going to be gorgeous even if he shaves his head.
But, I mean, he wants to do the right thing. There's going to be family and stuff. You're trying to tell me that he would actually continue the contest as they're snapping photos of him and his lovely wife and their lovely newborn baby.
Because you can't take those baby pictures with a hat on.
No.
No. And that hair
All right.
is ridiculous.
We're going to see what his priority is. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying today.
I hope, for his sake and for his family's sake, that he puts his family ahead, because I would hate to be his wife and think that he would put the radio show ahead of her.
Absolutely. We got plenty of dumb, stupid radio bits we could do after he does the right thing. It's just a dumb radio bit, Eastside Dave. Do the right thing.
And if you don't, you're going to take those pictures, because I'm not shaving this head.
No, you're not. What are you doing, finally over? What are you going to do? With the clean shave? Are you going to leave a little?
I don't even know.
Just the sides?
Is this officially the biggest afro you ever grew?
I think it's right. This is its peak, I think. I don't think it's ever been bigger than this.
It's just...
It's fucking awful.
It's very
Yeah.
impressive, though.
I never thought this contest would go this long.
Can't
Who
you start,
did?
like, tying things in it?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe tie little rubber bands
I
or
want to see
something?
him snoop it up. You know, Snoop will occasionally braid his hair all
Yep.
crazy. I'd love to see you do that, Sam.
We could do anything, you know? We
Yeah.
could get crazy.
All right, we're going to go serious for a moment, then we'll get back to the silliness. But
I thought we weren't serious with Hulkamaniac.
Yeah, really?
On the dead kid. We didn't. Now all of a sudden it's time to get serious after we're doing fucking a little boy in a fucking communion suit and a coffin jokes. Let's clean it up here, folks. Get serious.
we were having too much fun with Club Soda Kenny Morning Zoo bits today that we didn't get to talk about Reverend Wright and Obama. And Obama officially denouncing Reverend Wright.
He had to. And this guy, what a scumbag this guy is. Like, really trying to hurt his... Like, what a selfish fucking scumbag. That's what Reverend Wright is. A selfish scumbag.
Yeah, I think... weren't you saying that Jimmy confused you on this a little bit at first?
Yeah. Just like what he was saying, Jimmy didn't seem all that in disagreement of what he was saying yesterday.
I don't mind what he's preaching. The point I'm making is this. I'm not even complaining. I think he's ridiculous, the age thing. It's just childlike banter. But like, as far as his take on terrorism or on America, I don't care about any of that. Talk all you want. I don't even dislike him. But the fact that he's doing this now on this press junket, knowing the implications it's having and knowing how he's hurting Obama, is purely a guy being a selfish cunt. That's all it is.
I agree with that, but I also don't like him.
I don't mind him.
And the stuff he's saying is like, of course, let him say it, because it just it kind of opens people's eyes as to what's happening. And a lot of people are saying, oh, this isn't a reflection of the black church, the way the churches are to black people. But I think it is. This is an absolute... No one's condemning this guy except Obama, who has to get elected. I don't see any of his other parishioners, not one other parishioner has come forward and gone, oh, this guy, he's terrible. Because this is completely accepted speech in black churches, because Whitey ain't in there. So you can say whatever you want, and it's a lot of separatism and hatred and out-and-out lies are being preached in these churches.
Even though that is true, it doesn't bother me. I'll tell you why. Because it's amazing, like in America, like we're mad that a black guy is associated with a reverend who's pissed off at white America. I mean, I don't care any more than I care about the fact that every other priest, like let's say, a lot of them have priests and personal. How many of these guys were involved on some level of not reporting sexual scandals? Like, you want to get into religion, they all got dirt under their fingernails. Wright is just vocal about it. He's not involved in an organization that has shielded child fuckers. So it's like, I don't care. Obama denounced him. I don't give a shit what he really believes. He's not going to ship all white people out of the country.
I agree with you on the Catholic Church and the kid thing. That's something that you could dredge up when you talk about any religion.
Sure.
But here's a guy that's supposed to be a man of the cloth, a man of equality and love and preaching the gospel of Jesus. And in a lot of these churches, it seems, behind these closed doors, there's separatism and hatred and racism being preached. And then there's a big problem that we're not getting along. Well, the fucking church ain't helping. It's not helping when you got a Reverend Wright sitting in there getting everyone riled up about Whitey spreading AIDS in the black community and all the other shit he was saying.
I agree.
That doesn't help. They leave the church then with this animosity and more hatred toward the white man. Meanwhile, as history has shown, they're advancing more and more as far as being able to get better jobs and education. I mean, it's proof right there that Obama is a leading candidate for the presidency of the United States. So why is he behind closed doors preaching hate? And if a white guy was doing this, it would be a fucking Klan meeting. It wouldn't be a church service. It'd be a fucking Klan meeting.
The only thing I'll disagree with that only because he's not calling for violence. Like he's not like the Klan meetings historically been associated with violence.
You know something? A lot of the modern Klan does not preach violence anymore. As a matter of fact, they're saying they're trying non-violent means of separatism. It's the same thing. It's preaching, and there is an element of not a overt element of violence, but there's this underlying, there's the motherfuckers that are fucking us kind of thing. And nothing's going to get solved. We're never going to be united as a people, as a black and white people, as long as shit like this goes on both sides. I'll agree on both fucking sides, but don't preach fucking victim. Don't play the fucking victim when your own leaders and clergy are preaching hatred in your fucking churches.
He was alive at a time where I don't know if he could vote. I mean,
no excuse anymore. I'm sorry.
We're not generationally
I wasn't
far
alive.
enough removed.
I wasn't
far enough removed.
There were some people that weren't alive when they were fucking when there weren't airplanes. You don't see them walking everywhere. Jesus Christ, it's a new day and age. Get over it.
It is, but we're not far enough removed from it. We're still feeling the and I hate it because I'm living in it too. I hate it, but we are still feeling the fucking the residue of fucking X amount of hundreds of years of fucking shit treatment and fucking broken promises. It's not even about slavery anymore. After slavery, if things had been done the way they said they were going to be done, we would not be dealing with this
big
now.
Fleet of ships?
Yes, absolutely. Our giant adios. Fucking 2 million people on the Queen Mary. Godspeed. No, we would not be dealing with this shit. But it wasn't. So what happens is those fucking jizzbags that didn't do what they were supposed to do have now fucking pushed this onto our plate 200 years later or 150 years later. That's why we're still feeling it.
But as long as they're still preaching like this, it'll continue. I think I could turn it around and say, well, it's almost better that they remember those days because they could see the contrast of how much better it is now than it was then, and you should be, count your blessings.
Do you feel grateful you were married because you now have a contrast comparison to make, or would you like to undo those 9 fucking wasted years?
Look, you cunt.
So what do you guys? So what are you guys trying to say?
I don't know. Jimmy's an ass,
but no,
and I love him.
But I hate the political correctness and the racial climate. It makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? It's almost like as angry as I get at black people for like little shit like the language and imagine fucking having lived through that. And now trying to preach nice. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as annoyed as I get just for these minor inconveniences I have as a white guy, had I been subjected to that shit, the fucking amount of venom I would feel would be. I couldn't even imagine how much venom I'd feel. Because I'm a miserable, vengeful prick on language things.
But that's being passed on like a fucking like some cultural. It shouldn't. It's being passed on to the next generation.
Yeah.
This hatred and having a preacher preaching this shit, it's perpetuating the whole thing. It's like a I don't even know how to describe it, but it's become ingrained in the culture to keep passing on this hatred and animosity. Of course, it's deserved. I'm not stupid. I go off on this show a lot, but. Believe me, I do understand there's some shit to be angry about, but to perpetuate it like this is, I don't see where it's going to end. And it does no good in uniting us as a people.
Well, I also think there's a self-destructive thing going on because the NAACP, for them to feature this guy, knowing how detrimental it is to Obama's campaign. It's like, you fucking dumb motherfuckers. Do you really think that having a black president is a negative role model for fucking black kids in a bad area?
Yeah.
All we do is preach in America about how you can do whatever you want. Well, here's a guy who makes it to the top of the corporation the right way.
But Jimmy, that's what doesn't make sense. Why would the NAACP do this?
And I'll tell you why.
This guy's so self-serving. You know that it is coming out. People are starting to talk a little bit like, is this a big setup? And if it is, what is the end game by doing this?
I'll tell you why the NAACP is supporting this guy. They are in a position and put themselves in a position over the years where they cannot deny a black person anything. They have to. They're trying to play both sides of this. Of course, they support Obama. They will want him as president because a black president would be a great thing. But they also can't tell this guy to shut up. Oh, Christ. They can't tell this guy to shut up because he's a black guy who has his ideology that I think a lot of black people agree with. So how could they tell him to shut up without catching flack that way?
I think it goes beyond that, though, because you're right. A lot of them do agree with it. And he's expressing an anger that they agree with, but there's that self-destructive fucking vibe. It's like, how about...
You can't play it both ways.
No one is saying to denounce the guy and throw him in the garbage. But how about you don't feature him at a fucking dinner when you know that he is hurting Obama? And how about selfish fucking Jeremiah Wright? You take a break for 2 months. You're able to preach whatever you want to preach at your pulpit. But to go on a press thing and then say shit like, he's responding as a politician. It's like, I know you want to defend yourself, real man of God, to put your own fucking arrogance and your own ego above the common good.
Your own pride, the sin of pride.
That's why something doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's a prick, believe me, although I do like him.
Let's say hi to Pete in New York City. Pete?
Hey, listen.
Hold on.
Right, okay. You got to understand. Wright is going to be happy as he can be if Obama gets elected. The guy's been in this parish for 20 years. This whole riff is a fake. It's a scam. They're making believe they don't like each other.
It's a bit.
Everybody's buying into it. He's going to get elected, and Wright will be right there with them.
Pete, that's easy to say, but what is the end game? Like it seems like it would be a pretty big risk to go down this road.
Because he'll do anything to get Obama in the White House.
Absolutely wrong, Pete. I'm going to tell you why. I would agree with you if he had just backed off, but he's come out now and he is saying harsher things that he cannot write off as things he just said at the pulpit.
Yeah.
Like
but these harsh things are all scripted. This is all
scripted. He's making
the scenes.
Where's the upside in saying that the American government made AIDS and put it in Africa?
There's no upside, dude. There's no This is only Obama's losing points. So your whole argument is wrong because it's counterproductive.
But he will be gaining points back by separating from him. And he would have and say, "Oh, look, Obama did the right thing.
Listen,
what a great guy."
Here's why they would have said that had he separated immediately, and Wright kept his mouth shut, or just said, "Look, I say things at the pulpit," and then Obama would have just separated. Maybe I would agree with you that Wright's silence was a way of helping Obama get into the White House. But the fact that he's out and angrily saying that fucking. I meant what I said, and Obama's responding as a politician. He's calling Obama a liar for denouncing him. You're incorrect, dude. I know what you're saying.
I don't think so. Let me
I know you don't, but I know you don't, but you are.
All right, one more, Pete.
One more point is that Obama is pushing himself as the black candidate, and everybody forgets he's not black. He's half black. I could call myself Chinese.
Let him fuck your daughter and see who you call your friends and tell them she's fucking.
Oh, my God. All right, Pete, come on. Just a quick laugh to calm everybody down.
What are you going to do, call your friends? She's fucking a half white guy. Half what else? I got a bad connection. I'll play it back.
Let's go to Miami. Craig, what's up?
Hey, guys. Love you guys. Love the show.
Right on.
Let me preface what I'm about to say with the fact that I worked with a lot of black pastors in a previous job, and they were great.
Were you a tax attorney?
What was that?
I said, what are you, a tax attorney? You can't write off a silk hat.
Jimmy's on fire, man.
We were in media, and I worked with a lot of black pastors, but what Anthony said is so true. I had black pastors slam the door in my face literally over the phone.
It was in a men's room.
I
was going to take a dump.
They wouldn't
All right,
work
sorry,
with
you keep right ahead. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm not saying that they're not racist and bitter too, but I'm not saying that.
They know what to cater to.
Yeah.
They know what's going to impassion their parishioners. And talking about race and hatred, it gets their parishioners all pumped up and brings them back week after week. That's what they want. That's what any priest, reverend, whatever. They want their people coming back. So that's what they know gets them all fired up and impassioned. So they keep doing it. It's counterproductive.
And it's good for business as far as Wright goes.
Good for business.
As he moves forward.
That's right.
This is what Obama had to say as he denounced what Reverend Wright said.
The person I saw yesterday was not the person that I met 20 years ago. His comments were not only divisive and destructive, but I believe that they end up giving comfort to those who prey on hate, and I believe that they do not portray accurately the perspective of the black church. They certainly don't portray accurately my values and beliefs.
Now, right now, Pete, who called in before, is going, see, he's making himself look crazy so Obama can distance himself. That would work if they had lunch once at the Parker. But he was his spiritual advisor for 20 years. There's no advantage in a presidential race to go, do you see that radical psychopath that I'm walking away from? I was with him for 20 years.
20 years. There's thousands of pictures of us together.
Yeah, he did my wedding. He fucking cut the force shit off my kid's dick. We made hats out of it. We had a few laughs. He painted white circles around my wife's pupils so she looks like a South Park character.
This is definitely a panic move, obviously, by Obama.
And if Reverend Wright thinks that that's political posturing, as he put it, then he doesn't know me very well. And based on his remarks yesterday, well, I may not know him as well as I thought either. I gave him the benefit of the doubt in my speech in Philadelphia, explaining that he has done enormous good in the church. He's built a wonderful congregation.
Yeah, I mean, look, to me, that actually, he's distancing himself accurately, and that's what you got to do. There's no way Obama, even if the guy preached radical shit, so what? This is Obama going, what the fuck are you doing? Like, obviously, this guy is so much of a selfish cocksucker that Obama couldn't have known him as well as he thought. Because who would think that the guy you put so much trust in, even though he says some shit you may or may not agree with, is going to sink your presidential campaign purposefully?
Did Obama not know that this guy was preaching like this?
I'm sure he did.
For years? Of course he knew. He sat there in his fucking church for 20 fucking years. He knew this guy's agenda.
But and
he continued going to the church.
Why is no one faulting him for listeing to a guy who said yes, and then he was dead, but then he moved the rock once he was dead?
Yeah, but that's a little different than preaching about AIDS and the war, another Roman Empire. It's he absolutely had to know what this guy's agenda was.
I'm sure you're right.
And I think he thought he'd get away with it, just kind of, gloss it over during the election.
You think Wright and the NAACP just don't want Obama as president?
I think that
maybe that doesn't help their agenda.
There's probably people like
that doesn't help
like that, like Al Sharpton.
Wright's one guy. The NAACP is a mentality. Like, it's different. That's a bunch of people making decisions.
It just amazes me that the NAACP would allow that. I can't understand whatsoever.
Instead of distancing themselves and trying to help this guy get elected, because he's a bright dude, and I think he's, again, I said he has a weird vibe on people. He has this really weird thing where you really feel like change can happen. I think Kennedy had that. He's not some token black guy. I think he's a really smart dude, and I think I think he's good for the country. For some reason, I just feel good about him, and I don't know why. I like him. But instead of seeing the big picture, they just can't help themselves.
You think they're really that dumb?
Yes! God, and self-destructive.
So fucking weird,
I don't think
man.
so. I'm watching it happen.
Yeah, I know.
They buried the N-word. That was their idea of accomplishing something. Was a ceremony for a fucking word.
A lot of these old organizations are obsolete now. They're just
childish.
Right.
They haven't changed with the times. They haven't looked at things and reassessed. It's I'm just looking at the
I know, it's amazing.
GTA
CNN
4.
Has been doing a Grand Theft Auto 4 story for the last easily 3 or 4 minutes. Know what they're saying? I took a peek as you guys were talking about the right thing. Titanic made $601 million.
The first day?
That's the number one grossing movie of all time right there. $601 million for Titanic. Shrek 2 was about Star Wars. Okay, Star Wars made $461. And Shrek 2, 436. This is the top 3 grossing movies of all time. Wow. Grand Theft Auto 4 is going to make more money than all these movies in the first week of release.
That is amazing.
Or close to it anyway. Close to it.
But you don't pay $65 for a ticket either.
Good point.
Good point.
But sooner or later you might have to talk about inflation.
The prices. I remember when it was a nickel.
Exactly.
But these movies only give you 2 hours of entertainment. Grand Theft, 4.
That's true.
Hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here's the last bit of Obama denouncing Reverend Wright.
But when he states and then amplifies such ridiculous propositions as the U.S. government somehow being involved in AIDS, when he suggests that Minister Farrakhan somehow represents one of the greatest voices of the 20th and 21st century, when he equates the United States wartime efforts with terrorism, then there are no excuses. They offend me. They rightly offend all Americans, and they should be denounced. And that's what I'm doing very clearly and unequivocally here today.
And this is a problem with the black community, too, that you need to cut the shit with. Like Sharpton, when he didn't give the right answer on Sean Bell, 2 of those cops are black. Instead of just saying that he's taking the company stance of defending the police against the perpetrators, Sharpton says he's up there, whatever he said, like posturing for white people. Like all of a sudden, Sharpton made it look like only white people have a vested interest in the system, as opposed to looking at Obama as just a politician. Do you understand what I mean? It's like it's like we get it. You have an obsession with your own race. We get it.
Yeah,
we get it.
Hey, let's say hi to Roy.
I don't think Sharpton really wants Obama as president.
Of course he doesn't.
It advances black people, and he doesn't want that.
And he will be seen as the clown that he is. He's a clown. Yeah. He's actually, Sharpton's very safe for people that don't truly want a black guy in power, because he's loud and he's a fucking clown, and he'll never win anything. No one will ever vote for him.
No. Let's go to Roy. He's a black guy. I don't know why that's important, but maybe it is. Roy, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. I mean, I agree. I mean, I listen to your show, love your show and everything. But this thing about, like, the black churches and everything, that they don't, that they all agree Reverend Wright is a joke. I mean, we think he's an embarrassment. There's a lot of other black communities that think so, too.
Oh, I would never say all.
Roy, can I ask you a question? I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I would never say all. I understand, but I think it's a lot more prevalent than they're making it out to be.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's messed up, but I mean I just wanted to emphasize, because I heard that I kind of blew up on it. So I was like, what the hell? Because I mean it's a shame that, and even when I hear it, it's kind of an embarrassment. But I mean, no, I'm just wanted to emphasize that this guy's a joke.
Well, Anthony raised a good point. Anthony raised a good point. Was where are the guys denouncing it? Like that's the problem. It's like you don't have, and you are right. If it was a white guy, white people would be denouncing it, but no one's denouncing Wright, because white people are basically faggots and cowards, and black people, in a way, do agree with them, and in a way are just afraid to break that party line racially.
The only guy denouncing it is the guy that has a vested interest in denouncing it, which is Obama. He's running for fucking president. But where are the parishioners? Why doesn't the press go up to a few of the parishioners and ask them, what do you think about Reverend Wright's statements?
Right.
I'd love to know what his parishioners think about it. Because no one's speaking out.
I gotta add something to what Ant just said. Where's Sidney Poitier?
Sidney Poitier.
Where's
the
Sidney?
fine actor Sidney Poitier?
Where the hell has he been on this whole issue? Where is Sidney Poitier?
He actually did say something.
He did?
I don't care if you'll carry that bag 50,000 miles.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
That's right. They called me Huckster in heaven. Do they?
Where has Sidney Poitier been hiding?
Where's that fine actor Sidney Poitier?
I'm going to follow his lead when he finally speaks on this.
Where's Sidney Portire?
Portire.
I want to know why Sidney Portire. He's well-spoken. He picked a good wife.
Portire. We are going to take a break. We have 911 audio. 911?
911.
911, yes. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
911 operator falling asleep after the break. Also, they just had two squares. How did we come up with that square thing?
Square man.
One of the listeners came, I mean, obviously an old term, but it was
I think
hilarious.
someone was saying their show, somebody's show.
Elvis Duran's?
A bunch of squares, yeah.
It's run by
a
a
bunch of squares.
The biggest squares on radio.
Yeah. Well, there were two squares talking about GTA 4 on CNN. I would like to take a peek at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to think that they said some very relevant things.
Oh, I definitely want some GTA news audio.
Oh, yeah. Because they just don't. They just don't
get it.
understand.
Play the game. Go home, play the game, and then come back and try to bash it.
It's people that might have played Miss Pac-Man back in the day.
That's a fun game. We
Right.
go after Pinky, the ghost.
Yeah, no clue on the culture, the gaming culture of today.
You remember in the Miss Pac-Man game how they'd get married and they'd bump into each other and they'd like the little Pac-Man baby?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I like that. It implied that the Pac-Man were fucking.
That was good. I like when they bump into each other and then the little Pac-Man baby fell to the bottom
Yes.
of the game in a big splat.
That's right. And then the Miss Pac-Man was crying and the Mr. Pac-Man was smoking cigars with his friends because he wouldn't have to turn his rec room into a play area.
Family came over and sopped up what looked like mustard.
That's right. That's right. And there were little blue dots in the corner, but instead of going over them and eating ghosts, you had to sop them up and stop her from crying. Long way to go for a miscarriage joke.
Very long.
You got there, though, Jimmy.
Thank God.
Did you watch Chasing Ghosts?
Oh, not yet. No, I was dizzy yesterday having my audio hooked up.
I would love to give this guy credit, and he's a regular, but his name is escaping me right now. But he turned me on to Chasing Ghosts because I told him, well, we talked on the show how much we loved King of Kong, and this guy called up. If you're a faithful listener, you probably heard. He goes, oh, if you like that movie, you got to check out Chasing Ghosts. Well, Roland got me a copy, and wow, what a great movie. Way better than King of Kong because they do the whole arcade culture from the early 80s. The whole thing. And that Billy Mitchell, now I'm kind of starting to like him because
he's a douche.
Dude, the guy, he's such a douche in King of Kong, but in Chasing Ghosts, they all say this guy is fucking unbelievable. He's the only guy that had a perfect game of Miss Pac-Man.
Got every single point possible.
Well, yeah, he went through all 256 boards. He got every fruit that comes out.
Wow, was he AIDS?
Yeah, his initials are AID when he finishes the game.
Oh, God.
And when they turn into those ghosts,
yeah.
If you've ever played Miss Pac-Man, you know, the first few boards, you have all the time in the world to get them when they turn to ghosts. But if you play long enough, those ghosts they're ghosts for literally and go back.
Yeah.
And he was able to get them before they changed back. The only person to record a perfect game in Miss Pac-Man.
Can I tell you?
Schwoogie. Thank you. That's right. It was Schwoogie with the deep voice. Thank you, Chester's Liver.
I hold that in the same regard I would if you said he was the only guy to ever hold 2 logs of shit in his mouth and sing Mares Eat Oats and Does Eat Oats and Little Lambs Eat Ivy. Those are equal to me.
I'm more impressed with that. Of course.
Jimmy, you're going to enjoy the movie, though. When you see it, then we pass it on to Anthony. We'll have a little discussion.
Is Billy Mitchell in the movie?
A little bit. Not as much as King of Kong, and not as douchey as he is in King of Kong.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Is this older or newer?
I think it seems like it's older because they don't acknowledge Steve Wiebe, who attempted to be the first person to get 1 million points on Donkey Kong. So
Billy Mitchell is a boob.
Oh boy, is he! All right, we'll take a quick break. Continue.
Daddy, 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 please don't kill me, Daddy. I want to live. Why are you killing us?
Wow, fat bellyacre, shut up.
You deserve to burn in hell.
Opie and Anthony.
said it earlier. Just want to thank the listeners for the support that I was reading all night long yesterday. I greatly appreciate that.
Sometimes they can be good eggs.
I had to walk into work today and pretty much look at everybody and go, awkward.
Jeez.
Awkward.
I was like, yeah, because last night a few people were like, so there going to be a show tomorrow? I go, yes. It's going to be a show? You go figure out the average. It's probably been 2 minutes of yelling on the air in 13 years. I think the average is pretty good.
Of course, it's going to be a show. Will it be quality, well produced? Don't get your hopes up.
It's not. Don't be stupid.
And actually,
well, where's old Graham Cracker back anyway?
Yeah, get Steven here. And actually, a lot of people, because they wonder, and we try to, we definitely try to, bring a lot of this into the show. Rehab, what? Ooh, this is a good one, though. Wait.
I don't want to say Steve's a bad employee, but he's the only guy that gets an injury at work that's bed sores.
Jesus. But if it didn't start like an old vaudeville joke.
Right.
You know, I don't want to say, folks.
Right. That's right. Oh, maybe I should call you my mother-in-law, too. How old am I? I stink. Sorry, Steve.
Before we talk to Steve,
funny joke, though.
Let it be known on the record that Ant and I settled our spat just through email.
Yeah, we do it through text.
That's how long we've been at this war.
Fuck it.
It was an email. I wrote, "You want to talk?" And he wrote back, and I said, "Okay, cool. See you tomorrow."
Yeah, see you tomorrow. All right, come into the show. Fuck it.
That's how it was in the end. I wish we had some great story for you guys today, but that's all it was. Logan just sent a JPEG. He's at Reagan Airport, and he showed me a picture of some dude with a WOW sticker on his car, right there at Logan. Right there at Reagan Airport.
Tell him to show some pictures that he snapped in the urinals as he's hanging his camera phone by his waist, discreetly snapping to the left.
Amazing. Steve, what's going on with you? Are you going to survive? Are you going to be in a wheelchair? People want to know.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Now it is.
How'd you hurt your back? Were you grabbing for food that was hung on a tree? Bear joke.
Exactly.
Bear joke.
See, I don't even know why I bother coming in here. The segment's done without even saying anything.
Speaking of bear jokes,
I said that glory hole is much too low.
Just trying to get a snack.
Stop
agreeing. Lifting.
Speaking of bear jokes, the Animation Festival, we got to start pumping it a little more, but the animation of Steve getting ready for work.
Oh, yeah.
This thing might win the whole fucking Animation Festival.
It's very funny.
I don't want to start playing any hands here, but that thing is fucking
That's a good one.
Amazing how good it is.
I honestly thought it was good, but it's beatable. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's good but beatable. It's not. It's good, but there's a couple things that could have been definitely better.
Oh,
on it.
yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's an unbeatable work. I enjoyed it though. I'm not shitting on the animation.
I think you'll see a lot more of that quality show up in the coming weeks, only because it takes so much time for these guys to do it.
Are people getting in contact with you saying, "Don't worry, we're working on our stuff"?
Yeah, they have.
We're really nervous because we got to make sure we have enough cartoons for the animation festival.
It's a quick heads up. Hey, don't worry. I am working on something, and if anything ever comes in, that's a picture. I always send it off to you guys.
A little over a month out, and we got $10,000 up for grabs. So
sure do.
And other things, we're still working on other angles.
Yeah,
on this
they're
thing?
working on the other angles. I think there's a WWE angle that they're working on.
We're attempting. We could tell people to get Angry Vince, Anthony's character, animated.
Yeah.
And if they do a really good job, it's going to be on the WWE website, which that's huge for us. Huge. So, Animation Festival, we're starting to get a little closer, and we really want to start pumping this damn thing up. Right?
Absolutely.
All the info's up on opieandanthony.com.
Yes.
But Steve, what happened? You went to the doctor, neurosurgeons?
I started...
What did he say? You got 6 months to live. You said I don't have the money. He gave you 12 months.
Ba-dum-bum.
Vaudeville Jim.
That's right.
Vaudeville Jimmy. Went to after having an MRI on Monday, I thought, it turns out that these...
What is an MRI, man? Riddled with incompetence? I'm sorry. Get home safe. Sorry, this is Vaudeville Jim. Go right ahead.
Sorry, I should just pause after everyone.
Pause, P-A-W-S. You're a bear. Go ahead. How did you hurt your back? Besides not carrying production pieces. Vaudeville Jim goes too far and gets his jaw shattered.
Jim, you need to give yourself a swim walk. You're on fire today.
No, I can't. Vaudeville people don't swim walk. We just curse at blacks and make them open doors for us. I hurt my vertebrae. 3 men's chins were in it. Go right ahead.
Done?
Huh?
I mean, for that line.
I'm just relaxing.
Okay,
Go.
thanks. Had an MRI, and turns out
I'm gay.
It turns out you're gay?
Wow.
How do they get that through an MRI?
They see that through MRIs now.
Wow.
It's amazing what
They
they
took
can
an
say.
X-ray and they found a belly full of semen. They said, "You jiggle when you walk, don't you, son?" That's more even vaudeville.
Matt LaFar from Queensbury, they're all playing the How Did Steve Hurt His Back game. And Matt writes, carrying a rack full of clearance items out of Lane Bryant.
Oh,
yes,
that's mean.
That's
right. Had an MRI, and
it's not funny if you're expecting it.
I know. Well, I saw the hand go up, and you cue him. And I have 3 herniated discs in my back. Yes.
Did the doctors try to read the MRA and say we can't read past this watermark?
MRA?
MRA?
Oh.
MRA?
Oh. MRA. Oh. Yep, I am an MRA. Man's a real ass. Well, oh boy, swinging a miss Jimbo. Get the letter wrong. They'll jump on you.
You gotta see the face he made as he slams his back. All right, good point.
So what the herniated disc? What does that mean?
It means that I have that.
Quickly.
Yeah, thank you. It means that
queer every day.
What? Really? That's what it means?
Surprisingly, it does, and it's odd that that would have such an impact on my sexual orientation, but it did. The spine is whatever. Fucking
The spine is made up of bone.
And it's compressed, and it's pushing into my spinal cord, which is causing my right arm to go numb. And so
they actually have discs between the vertebrae.
Right. Yeah.
And when you have a herniated one,
they squish
it kind
out.
of squishes out a little
Right.
bit. Squishes out.
So the top 3 in my neck are squished.
Yes, squished.
So your right arm's going numb?
My right arm has been going numb for about 3
And it
months.
hits the nerves because, they're like little donuts. And there's a lot of nerves going through the middle of them and out over the tops of them and through them. It's an amazing thing, nerves. They're all over the place. And then when they get squished, it interrupts with the nerve and things go numb. Like his fucking head.
What can they do for you?
Well, they can remove the things in the most extreme cases and fuse the vertebrae together.
Ooh,
this,
you know this.
Who, you Mick Mars?
I know everything.
Yeah.
And this is very funny because then he'll walk around like Frankenstein.
All right. They could,
because then you can't really move your neck.
they could also shave him down, though. What's popping out?
Yeah, it depends on how extreme it is.
Not the best surgery, though,
In
Steve.
extreme cases, yes, they have to operate and either fuse the vertebrae together or shave them down. That's right. I have told them I would really appreciate it if they didn't operate on my back. So I will entertain any physical therapy or anything that they can suggest. But I'm not gonna.
Any?
You don't. But you don't want to go.
Well,
I know how you can stretch your back a little bit.
Oh.
So today
Take it in the hiney.
What the mine hiney?
Take it in your hiney.
That's just a character.
I want to go backwards a little bit. Jay from Florida from Whackbag writes, MRA gets Vaudeville Jim the big hook.
That's right.
Jim was having none of that today.
So I got to go back for an EMG test today, which, from what for the limited amount I've read, is I guess they stick like some little needles in you, and then they I think they run current through it. I'm not really sure, and they it's just further testing to see how extensive the damage is.
When are you going to stop obsessively working out?
Well, I had to actually, and then I had to stop obsessively.
When are you going to stop obsessively taking supplements?
But that's fun. That wasn't hurting my back.
Seriously.
How'd you do it to your neck?
I have no idea. I really don't know.
Military
doesn't
press?
seem lower back would be a little.
Lower back is usually where it's at, but
I don't really know because
it's some exercise that you've been
Yeah.
straining the shit out of
It was
yourself
probably
with.
some back and shoulder exercise, and I thought what I had for months was like these knots that were just going unresolved or
Yeah.
like a pinched nerve, and it
They
turned
got
out
crushed from men's teeth.
because that happened to
See,
me.
because you're gay.
Homosexual.
Yeah.
Right.
Horse hooves on the shoulders. Poor Steve.
Who's the docile-looking creature?
Steve.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was something else.
All clumsily teetering.
There's a part in Jim's act that's just fucking hysterical about that. You gotta see it.
Of what? Of what? I missed out.
Jim does a thing in his act about the guy that got fucked by the horse and got killed.
It's
and
amazing.
It's so fucking funny. Your description of it and your the way you move on stage. It's
amazing.
really fucking funny. Jim.
Pittsburgh's gonna love it this
Yeah.
weekend. Tug McGroin writes.
Tug McGroin?
Well,
the Tug?
He's writing as Steve. I don't want them to do surgery on my back because my insurance doesn't cover the 3 days of shaving they'll need to do before the operation.
It'll look like when they operate on gorillas.
but not that smart.
He's just getting smashed here. Poor fuck is like all fucked up.
Neurosurgeons are involved, MRIs or MRAs. And
Sorry, Steve.
No, you're not.
What's that thing on your arm to help?
This
the
is just
circulation?
my it's an icy hot sleeve to just distract me from the fact that my arm goes numb every time I put it on the.
It goes numb.
Yeah, like when I type or when I put my arms like on the tip of my index finger, my forefinger, and my thumb are completely asleep right now, and my forearm is just.
Mike, the hand bone's connected to the brain bone.
Where the fuck did Mike go? Holy shit. Mike in Delaware is suggesting that your arm's numb from all the ass to mouth sex.
What? How? What doesn't make any sense?
It's funny though.
Of course not.
Spinal decompression. Yes, I went through that. Thank you, Mike in Brooksville.
What's that?
Ask your chiro about spinal decompression.
Do you know what's interesting? The doctors don't like chiropractors, and chiropractors don't like doctors. You get completely conflicting information from
That
the both
may be
of them.
true, but I wouldn't put it under the umbrella of interesting.
Did I say it was interesting?
You did.
Oh, fuck. That was the least interesting thing I could. Fuck me for prefacing that with interesting.
Oh, poor fucking Steve, man.
Why?
You're making me feel bad.
Steve might be right, but the way he set it up, stop the presses. I have a film idea. The doctor versus
Yes.
the versus the chiropractor. It's a 5-part series like the Star Wars trilogy, 3 and 5.
Picture this, if you will.
That's right. They're in a court of law.
Let's go to James the trucker. James.
Hey, I'm trying to have a moment here. Could you please lay off the jokes, please?
Fucking assholes.
I have to wear this padded fucking collar when I sleep now.
Wow. Would you make it out of the ones on your knees? Yes, sorry, that was a
I
blowjob
did.
joke. A padded collar?
It's what the fuck do they
Why,
call
they
it?
snip your ears?
Yeah, right. He wears a funnel around his head so he can't lick his own balls.
My arms are numb for being nailed to the bicycle in Romania.
They don't want him. They don't want him sucking cock until they figure out what's going on with his neck.
I bang my head on a plastic funnel.
So what happened?
A padded collar.
It's a neck brace, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Those things you get, and it's called the cervical collar, and you have to wear it when you sleep, so that I guess you don't crook your head in a weird direction.
Like you're doing now?
Yes, like I'm doing now.
Like
which
you're demonstrating.
fucking hurts.
It's funny.
Don't do
Why don't you
that.
just put on the Elephant Man's hat and make a hooker kiss you and sleep on 30 pillows?
You gotta sleep like fucking the kid from Mass.
I can't believe I'm sitting here
Pull
getting
some pins out of your Foundry map.
I'm sitting here getting the shit kicked out of me, and I actually begged the doctor yesterday. I was like, please don't tell me I have to wear this fucking collar to work because I work with a bunch of infants.
That'd
who are
be
good-
great.
And he said, no, you don't. You only have to wear it when you sleep.
Could you bring it in so we could see it?
No.
Well, then why aren't you wearing it at work?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, shit, that should have gotten more.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Let's say hi to Derek in Jersey. Derek,
very proud of that one.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, kiddo?
Not too much. Hey, this guy, he's got to get that surgery, man. He don't want to mess around.
Thanks,
Now
Doc.
you get, and now
Yeah.
come the calls. Hey, let me explain to some of the people what happens. Whenever you bring up any medical issue that anyone has on the show, no matter how serious or not serious it is, you will get people that call up that will tell you, get it taken care of tomorrow or you will be dead the next
course.
day. They're a bunch of idiots.
Just reactionary douches. I know.
You got to get, because I know my cousin's brother's friend had this thing. And, he was dead within a week.
hey,
Really?
Steve never messes up his words, and Justin from Hoboken is saying that Steve just called it a cervical collar.
It
He
is.
did actually.
It is called a cervical collar.
Oh, see, fuck!
Why, what did he say it was supposed to be?
Well, I'm thinking cervical. Like,
It went into
like
my
down there,
cervix.
It went into my cervix. Yes, I checked. The box actually says cervical collar.
A cervix is from the Latin cervic, which is a circular. It is a ring. It is. I have no idea.
No, cervix actually comes from the Latin meaning to serve the number 9.
Did you think?
IX. I should swim walk into a fucking wood chipper.
Dude, do you think that? Do you think the discs were pushed out of place by maybe deep throating too much cock meat?
Oh, cock meat. Nothing but cock meat.
Just pushing him all the way through.
Might have been
from the inside,
hitting the back of his. You think
Right,
it's
that's what I
hitting
mean,
like the other side of his spine?
Yeah,
Wow.
The concept was there.
Deep dicking.
I just didn't get there.
My
I was too
vertebrae
wordy.
hurts, and I have a helmet print in my adenoids.
Neck. From the Latin neck.
Oh, I'm gay.
Oh,
What?
Damn, Steve. You don't have to blurt that out every 2 seconds.
Sorry, it's reflex.
Well, Sean from North Carolina, a hotbed of activity, Opie and Anthony activity. This North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Sean, what's up?
I've had a neck brace. I bet somebody's got a bad case of Chase 5.
He's making fun of you with that awful accent. Very nice. Some advice, more advice coming in. Steve in Pennsylvania. Steve.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
All right.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, bad car accident a bunch of years ago and screwed up the spine and whatnot. Hey, Steve, I've had 6 EMGs. They're a bitch, man. They use fucking needles like they're fucking darning needles. They stick in you.
See?
Then they run like 220 through it. They want to see it, measure the voltage to see how long it takes to get from nerve to nerve.
They run 220. The guy makes it sound like they hook it up to your dryer fucking outlet in your house. They're not hooking 220 like house current.
This is a fucking car battery, dude. I think.
Yeah, it's millivolts, man. But I just wanted to tell them they got 2 hospitals in the city that have these racks. They're kind of like the old medieval racks, and they stretch you. And basically, what it does is it relieves the pain in the in the spine, so you don't have to have the surgery. And also, stay away from spinal cord stimulators. They tried to put one in me years ago and almost fucking killed me.
What's a spinal cord stimulator?
It goes on the spine.
It's to jumpstart the nerves to get them working properly again. And these doctors, they pushed it on me like 4 times after they did the and,
Sorry, sir.
Went through it with a bunch of guys that got really sick from it. They went and had the permanent one, installed. They put it inside you like a morphine pump, and it sucks, man. It fucks you all up. So don't do it.
Thank you.
No,
That's
thank
all
you.
I want to say.
That sounds fun.
Have a nice day.
Don't do it. See? medical advice from our listeners. Have you seen him?
I shall be taking none of it.
This
Have you
is
seen
just
him
as
at
good.
gigs?
This is just as good as WebMD.
Oh, yeah, our listener. Take a look at the aluminum bench full of our prestigious doctors sitting out here. And get some advice from the guy in the Monster Range shirt.
The famous Dr. Scanlon.
Yeah.
Right. And fucking, it's fucking, there we go. We got a smaller version of Chief from Cuckoo's Nest. And the guy in the Monster Range shirt looks like the guy that fucking just was up against the wall. Remember that guy who had shit come and just drool out of his mouth and he pissed his pants?
Jesus Christ.
The Hills Have Eyes guy.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And the fucking guy in the end looks like this is Pat.
Those are all esteemed doctors and our listeners.
I feel bad for these guys. Not enough people to bring the benches in here. I'm sorry. It's our rule. Got to sit out there.
Yeah.
Steve, anything else?
Nothing. Well, not for air. I gotta ask you guys stuff off the air.
What?
Oh.
I know.
Ask me something.
It's completely uninteresting.
Off the
Oh, dude, with
why
the-
should you stop now?
With the numb arm, have you jerked off just to make it feel like someone's
tried.
jerking you off?
Fucking irritating, and it makes my back and arm hurts even worse. It just it's a rigorous task, and I.
What do you jerk off to? What's your
Ball peen hammers across women's faces.
Yeah, faces of death.
what's your
Hammer smashed face part 2.
what's your visual of choice when you're whacking your bag?
A lot of the videos from that red light district have been really good lately. Just because it's quality stuff, and I'm trying to think of like some of the titles, but cum stained casting couch is one of them. Overflowing assholes is another one.
Overflowing assholes.
.com?
Overflowing. No, this is all. These are DVDs that I get.
Oh, okay.
Cum stained casting couch, overflowing assholes. Mommy Knows Best is this MILF series.
Oh.
Yeah.
Broken backed bear is another one. Vertebrae cum whore is a favorite.
Herniated dicks.
One in the mouth, one in the ass, and one in each numb hand.
It's not gay because my hand's numb. You can't actually feel the cock in your hand. It's not gay. Jesus, Steve. You are so gay.
The guy just
Poor
gets
guy.
abused like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
It's all done with affection, right, guys?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah,
of
never.
course it is.
Sure you
Yeah,
can.
no, we love you.
If that makes you feel good.
Nah, of course. Nothing makes me feel
Steve,
good.
we worry about you.
No.
You're obsessive with your workouts and your supplements, and
Supplements are all vitamins, though, these days.
the one day you came in here sweating.
I don't know what
in
that
the
was
middle of
from,
winter.
though. It wasn't, I don't know what that was from. It wasn't nerves. It wasn't from anything I was taking, so I couldn't figure it out. I don't know. Maybe it was caffeine, though. I do drink a lot of coffee.
All right, beat it.
All right.
Take care.
Scram.
I can't wait until one day we hear him sneeze and you just fucking hear the chinkling of the fucking vertebrae cracking. The way it sounds if you drop a dish.
Falls from his neck out his asshole like a pachinko machine.
Hey,
there he goes.
We got to get
poor
Sam in here.
Steve.
I mean, we got to get.
Got fucking Cheerios for discs.
He does.
This is something that has been laying around for a while. You know AJ Poopy Shits, who hasn't been on our show in a while?
Who doesn't?
There's a dude on Break.com completely ripping off the AJ Poopy Shits bit.
Yep.
Sam, are you going to be the spokesperson for AJ Poopy Shits today?
Yeah, sure.
I know that AJ's not here, but what do you know about this guy ripping off AJ Poopy Shits?
Well, Danny showed me this last week sometime.
Cock?
No.
Oh, sorry. He'll do that sometime.
And it's obviously somebody who's listened to this show and heard AJ Poopy Shits on this show and decided to make their own little video.
Make their own little skit.
Yeah.
Little sketch.
Because they thought it was so funny they needed to take the idea for themselves.
It is. Now, AJ Poopy Shits, I think is gay.
Right. I
But
do
for
too.
some reason, AJ Poopy Shits comes in and talks about nothing but chicks.
Right.
And their tits. And
Well, that's his catchphrase,
And
sure.
their pussies, and just like tries to be a little too manly when it comes to talking about women.
But can't get the voice right.
And the voice is just very
voice is
feminine.
very lispy and wispy and just very...
Doesn't know much about women except, like, the basic tits, and pussy and things like that.
It's all right. Kiss more guys. Okay.
What?
Oh, what was that?
That was the recording.
No, I heard it clear as day. It was coming from your mic.
No, it was coming from the other room. It was a recording. I didn't say that. I want to kiss more guys.
Oh, wow.
Look, please. You must be getting enough cock at this point.
I don't want any.
You just, let it be.
I want to kiss more guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
do.
understand.
There should be a don't in there.
We all understand.
What, don't I want to kiss more guys?
No. So, AJ Poopy Shits, on break.com. This is how this guy is doing AJ Poopy Shits.
What's up, Greg? Hey, Cameron. So exhausted because last night I was begging my girlfriend for like 4 hours.
Really?
Oh, yeah, we did it like 4 or 5 times. It was really hot.
Uh-huh. And that's your girlfriend you were doing that with, eh?
Yeah, of course. I was really doing some different stuff, too. We had a reverse cowgirl going. Totally.
This is Cameron. Cameron claims to be straight, but his speech pattern and his behavior completely disagree. The jury's still out for me, but one thing I do know is that he takes every opportunity he can to establish his masculinity by talking about manly things. Sometimes it comes off a little forced.
Hey, guys. Did you guys see the Chargers game last night?
No.
Missed it. Oh, it was a good one.
Cool.
I love football. See ya.
This is AJ Poopy Shits.
Much better than AJ Poopy Shits, though.
Oh, yeah, they actually worked on it. Is, the difference.
They actually had a concept with the character.
Yeah, it's funny. I like it a lot.
It's
a
not
believable
funny.
name.
He's doing the same cadence as AJ Poopy Shits and everything.
I know, and the narrator decided to take the effort to explain the entire joke to you in case you didn't fully understand what was going on.
Right. It's called force feeding in the business.
Yeah.
A little spoon feeding.
Yeah, I can bench press like 260.
Yeah, it's hot. This thing is jammed again.
God, I love pussy.
What? I just hope he comes to terms with everything pretty soon because this is getting pretty hard to deal with.
Talking about dick. She's probably walking pretty tender today.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hey, I'm actually gonna get back to work here.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. It's totally cool. I'm probably just gonna take off then.
Cool.
I love John Wayne movies.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
All right, later, Greg.
Sad.
How great would this be if AJ Poopy Shits actually ripped off this guy, and now we're discovering that?
Oh, I know. Exactly.
Because a few people are saying that this is part of a series that's been on the internet for a while now.
Listen, as bad as AJ, I am not a fan of AJ Poopy Shits and never have been.
Sure, his new bit, Lonely Sam 15.
That was obviously a ripoff of AJ Poopy Shits. It wasn't funny. It wasn't good.
No.
It was terrible.
Yeah. But what if it predates AJ
Yeah,
Poopy
exactly.
Shits?
What if?
I don't think it does.
That's right. I don't like your
I
new
don't
song
think
either.
Easy enough to find.
Vanilla Rain. Should have quit while I was ahead, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Lonely
I wasn't
Sam
even
was
that far
pretty good.
ahead.
Someone's saying that Norton knows this guy. His name is Joe Howard. He's from Cleveland.
Joe Howard?
Do you know Joe Howard?
What? Do you mean Mo Howard? Because I fucked a few girls with his haircut. I might know Joe. The name is familiar. But then again, Joe's a common name, and so's Howard.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of internet sensations like what you just heard, has anyone else... This is going to be a bit hack, I understand. But has anyone else seen the 2-year-old singing Hey Jude?
No.
I heard a German yelling something similar. A little comedy called Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Put this on the big screen. How do we get the audio up? You know, people are going to think, oh, why are they doing cute radio? I understand. But listen how this fucking kid sings Hey Jude perfectly. Listen.
Kid sucks.
Read her into your heart. Okay. Oh, nice mullet on him.
Then you can start.
Kid's 18.
How old is this kid?
The timing is bizarrely perfect.
As the kid just shits himself. You're still shitting yourself.
Exactly. Be funny if you started fucking a one-legged baby. He and his other baby friend got shot.
The other one gets pudding in his head.
Oh, I thought of George Harrison yesterday. I saw the Mr. Softly truck with the ice cream coming through the head. I thought of you and George Harrison.
Oh, God.
Hey, sounds like Yoko.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Hey, Jew, he did say.
But you got to see the visual. The kid is in diapers.
Yep.
He can't be more than 18 months old.
That's not impressive, though, because you're trying to say
How fucked
help.
up is that? How do they find it on Break and all those other sites there?
Asian baby sings Hey Jude.
Wow, I really fucking sum it up for you.
That's pretty much it.
Make it very easy. Yes, E-Rock.
While you were playing this, Pat Duffy's in the back complaining that he handed in this radio gold 2 months ago. And
What, the Hey Jude?
Yeah. And was upset that it wasn't used.
Well, tell him we probably didn't look at it because he was rubbing human shit on his face.
Yeah, how can we take that guy seriously with all
Really?
the shit on his face?
If Tony brought it, we might pay
Oh, my
attention.
God, we would all
Absolutely.
been on high alert if you walked in with it.
It's Tony, the producer, and Pat, the toilet, and that's how we like it.
Oh, look, he's got to come in and what? Defend yourself. Eric told you to come in. I love when that happens, then we just tell you to get lost.
I wasn't complaining. I just said that I had found this and was told it was too racist to play on the other side.
Too racist?
Yeah.
No, it's not racist. Who said it was racist? Who said that?
I believe that was you, Sam. You said it was
I
too
didn't
much.
say it
for
was-
the Asian. too much.
I said it was a visual. I didn't say it was racist.
Oh, all right.
The kid's Asian, not a...
Okay. I think that's too racist.
Okay.
Why?
Why are they bleeping XM?
Shut up.
Pat, you and Tony got to settle this thing. Not today, obviously, because Tony's not here. But we
Yeah.
like to have you. We want to work this stuff out.
Are you guys going to have a shit match?
I don't think
Shit
so.
off.
I don't think he's that dedicated.
Ooh. So Tony's soft.
A little bit. Figures he's not here today. He doesn't have the level of commitment as I do.
You two are crazy.
I think Pat fucking Duffy's a problem. If he
Yeah, I like
wants to
Pat
be.
though.
Could he
Pat's a-
be?
Pat's a
Very
dedicated
soft
boy.
spoken, but I think this guy is an animal when he needs to be.
Yeah, what tipped you off? The fact that he put shit in his mouth and brushed his teeth with it? What subtle hint did you pick up on that there's something wrong with this kid? When he ate the puke of a fat man? Did that intuition light up in your head and go, this is not normal, this boy?
I started getting an inkling with the homeless diaper thing, finally. Very fuck you, Jimmy.
Well, no, you should have been a detective. You know, when I saw him eat 5 gallons of puke, I said, this kid is weird.
I just feel that I'm not very soft spoken. I just feel that whenever I'm in front of a live microphone, I tend to freeze up a little bit.
But you want to be on the radio.
I do, yeah.
That
So-
could be a
That's
problem.
I know, but I
You'd
figure
be in front of a dead mic, but
Right.
no one will hear it.
right. With more practice, I'm sure I'd get more comfortable.
Okay, very nice.
That was a hint, by the way. A little more practice and I'll get comfortable. That's Duffy's way of saying, you're underutilizing me.
I didn't say that.
Well, you meant
Is
it.
that what you really think?
No,
Oh.
not at all.
Okay.
What?
Just telling the budding radio pro to talk right into the mic.
Sorry.
It's all right.
See, I need
Gets
so
all
much more.
nervous.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
All right.
You want to see another Asian thing on YouTube? Put in
Oh, shit, here we go.
MRI
Oh.
RIAN.
MRI.
MRIRIAN. And this chick is 20.
Any particular one?
Just pop one down.
What is this going to be?
It looks like fucking inappropriate. No, not her.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God damn you.
What are we looking
Why
at?
aren't you getting a good one?
It's yeah.
What are you doing? You suck.
You gave me the search.
Click like one of those. Yeah, click on her. See, she's
I don't see anything yet.
Nah, this one ain't good either. Get that off. You're fucking it all up.
What are you doing, Thad?
What? There's a million of them.
Yeah, I know.
What's the...
She is 20 years old. She's got a nice set of tits, but she looks 12. And she talks Japanese. and no one, or sometimes she'll just stare into the camera and do nothing, and you read the comments, and it's just guys calling her a little cunt and a fucking but you got to kind of experience it for yourself.
Let's see her.
So link that or something.
Where is she?
I'm looking.
I don't know. It's very hard to find.
Jesus, what a bust.
There it is.
Jimmy,
There
you
it is.
took that MRA
See,
thing
look.
way too
See,
serious.
look.
All right, what are we looking
See,
at?
doesn't she look like she's like 12?
Sure.
Yeah. 20.
But how do you know
How
she's
great
20?
would that be to fuck?
Yeah, it's great. until you said the whole 20 thing.
How do you know she's 20?
She's a sensation all over. Every single one of these she puts out gets massive views.
For what reason?
Just because she does this. Look at her. She's
She's doing
staring at.
nothing.
She's doing nothing. Exactly. And then she gives a peace sign and says, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And then leaves.
Ew. I
dude,
hate her.
Dude, millions of hits.
I hate her. Kid
and
sucks.
comments that are so vicious.
Bring back Diaper Kid singing Hey Jude.
Yeah, absolutely. At least that kid had a fucking talent.
Fuck Diaper Kid.
Oh, wow.
Depends what state you're in. Or country would have been a lot better. Hey, 911, and then we'll go to the line of the day and get the fuck out of here.
See, she got big tits.
皆さん久しぶりめぎです日本に行きました釣りに帰りました
You wouldn't hit that?
No. She's got creepy big eyes.
Yeah, she got like...
And they're too far apart.
Because she's got like some American Asian thing going on.
Yeah,
she's a mix. I'd hit that shit in a second.
Were you expecting us to go, wow?
Well, you said no.
Or show like a bit of surprise?
You said no. Don't get it. And it's obsessive. You'll just keep watching one after another, and she doesn't do anything different. She talks in some babble and just like fucking does every one of them is the same fucking thing.
I forgot that today was your day to have a serious moment. So I'll just let you.
No.
Let you know.
It's not a serious moment.
終わりましたすごい今年はどうですか
See, she talks full Japanese.
行きたい
All right, you're into some weird shit, man.
What, you don't like that?
I love itずっと行きたい
Charlie Bit Me,
Look at her,
best
she
video
got
ever.
like little fucked up teeth or something.
Yeah, she's cute.
Someone's saying Charlie Bit Me, best video
終わ
ever.
ります
Charlie Bit Me?
あなたも頑張って
Is this our YouTube segment?
We do it
Nice.
every once in a while. We haven't done one of these in a long time. Charlie Bit Me.
See, I like that though. I don't like young girls, but I like a girl who's 20 pretending to be. That's kind of dirty. I like that.
It's filthy. Love it.
We got Charlie Bit Me.
Charlie Bit Me. Oh no.
Again in remakes. I don't know.
Need the original Charlie Bit Me.
What is that? Oh.
This kind of looks like it could be Charlie Bit Me.
Charlie bit me.
Oh, sorry. Who said that, McCain?
Oh, ouch. Ow! Ouch, Charlie! Ow! Charlie! That really hurt!
Hey, he's a little English kid.
He put his finger in Charlie's mouth.
Charlie's laughing his little fat baby ass
Why
off.
did Bob Kelly bite that boy's finger?
Charlie bit me.
Charlie Bit Me.
That's fucking.
That really hurt, Charlie, and it's still
Charlie looks like Uncle Fester.
God damn it, that's cute.
That's too cute.
Aw.
Shut up.
That
Who's
really-
sending cute fucking videos? Who suggested that?
Well, maybe because of the Hey Jude little kid thing.
God damn it, that was.
Hey,
fucking
911
cute.
operator falls asleep during a emergency call.
Then, sounds of snoring.
Well, it's always good to play track one first.
I hope you don't beat yourself up, but you've been busy.
By the way, my Vista install, 2,649,000
Wow.
hits. I'm what they call an internet YouTube sensation.
Yeah. I rubbed
Double platinum.
I rubbed baby shit on my fucking face. I got 40,000 hits. Fucking nerd culture took me out again. Stupid nerd culture.
When you call 911, you expect help immediately. Lisa got anything but.
Our lives were in danger. Our lives were at stake.
and our lifeline was severed.
Severed, she says, because the 911 operator fell asleep on the line.
I got this tape through an open records request. Listen closely to what sounds like snoring.
Here's how it began.
I need somebody over here.
Lisa called 911 and got a Memphis operator. She told the operator she was robbed at gunpoint earlier that night, and now she hears someone trying to get into her home.
And I just heard tapping on my window. I need somebody over here.
Lisa's lifeline then went silent. She continued to explain her situation, but the dispatcher did not respond, not for just 15 seconds or 30 seconds, but for 1 full minute.
Wow.
And then he's snoring in the background. That's great.
Well, tell a better story. Fucking boring bitch.
Punch it up a little bit.
You know how women are. And then he robbed me, and I was driving home. And wait, did I make a left on Elms? She was probably just boring.
I think it was. I heard a light rap tapping on my window.
Yes.
Did you?
Then, sounds of snoring.
Yes, ma'am.
Was
What
he
is
sleeping there?
the,
Wouldn't know.
what is your address?
Lisa had already given the dispatcher her address. I asked Collierville Police Chief Larry Goodwin to listen to the call. Chief Goodwin says the silence on the other end of the call indicates something went wrong.
There was obviously something went on that caused that delay in between the time the individual answered the telephone and time she prompted him back on the telephone. Now, what that is, I don't know.
Lisa eventually got help, only after she called another 911 agency.
She said she called 911, but the dispatcher fell asleep on the phone with her. Oh, yeah.
That sheriff was not helpful. Why not just describe what causes snoring? Well, apparently there's a blockage. He may have a flap of skin in his throat. That was worth nothing.
Ron R. from Jersey. Charlie Bit Me remix is awesome. So
Yeah.
maybe we could throw that in between line of the day, brought to you by AshleyMadison.com. If you're looking to cheat, go to AshleyMadison.com.
Cheater.
No, that's good enough. So that's what that website's all about.
Dirty cheater. Dirty
If you're
cheater.
a cheater, go to AshleyMadison.com.
I feel like a fornicate.
Fornicate. If you like that.
If you like a proper fornication. Fornication.
What the hell is that one? Heidi Klum and what?
Ooh. What happened?
I don't know. On the way to the right. Doesn't have a worth.
What's that one? Delta Burke dropping a deuce on a cracker. It's got 8 views. Oof. That sounded awful.
Enjoy that, Fez.
Charlie. Charlie bit me.
Look at these fags.
They're like 15.
Yeah, they're being trying to be funny.
Ow! Oh! Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, Charlie! Ouch!
What is wrong?
Charlie! Really hurt.
What fucking idiots.
Charlie.
I'm going to reenact that if some... Oh, forget it.
Yeah, you bailed. Probably all for the best, Jimmy.
Oh, please.
If Jimmy bails.
I like
for the
Vaudeville
best.
Jimmy, by the way. I think that has potential.
Vaudeville Jimmy.
Here is a runner-up line of the day.
You know what's interesting? The doctors don't like chiropractors, and chiropractors don't like doctors. You get completely conflicting information from
That
the
may
both
be
of them.
true, but I wouldn't put it under the umbrella of interesting.
The umbrella of interesting is fucking the key to that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. You're a funny man.
Oh, thank you.
Another runner-up line of the day. He went through all 256 boards. He got every fruit that comes out.
Was he aged?
Oh, swim walk.
That's great.
Another runner-up line of the day.
An infant with a circle and a line through it.
You know, Anthony, that's a big day.
That's what that 5'11" boot's for. Any oopsies. Leave a little maraschino cherry on the floor.
It was so uncalled for.
Oh, of course it was. Can't talk about a boot without turning into a fucking spontaneous abortion, miscarriage or something.
Hey, can we? How many views is Travis's dumb dog video up to?
1,950 more than it should have.
It better be 5.
1,900. The thing's moving. Hey, look up breastfeeding on YouTube. Crazy. Tons of people putting babies sucking their mom's tits.
Are you kidding me?
I got to see that. Just for educational purposes, of course. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
He would pack the boy's shit full of heroin and balloons.
with his fat dick.
And tiny scrotum. His shriveled HDH scrotum.
Third one down.
Fuck Jimmy. Forgot about the Hulkamaniac.
Frequently asked questions. How often should I breastfeed my baby?
I don't know. Remember, he bites your tits. Stupid.
God, the graphics on the screen way too low. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Young mother.
A lot of experts will tell you
Put the baby in the oven.
make sure to
I know, be like
nurse
Luca Brasi in the
10 or
book.
12 times a day. They have this number. I don't know why they have a number. It doesn't really matter. The schedule is a bad idea.
Shut
if
up.
you have a schedule, you're not going to be listening to your baby's cues.
They're trying to make this
Remember,
educational just
breast
so
milk
that
is
Yank your
not
tit out,
topless.
whore.
Yeah, pull out that fucking tit.
May I fast forward?
Yes.
All right.
Pull out your feeders, slut.
A normal.
Oh, boy.
A normal spacing that you're used to.
This sucks.
But you have to just let your baby ask for the milk when
Who
it
doesn't
wants
know
it.
that?
This is
Wait till he sends you an
fine
email or his lawyer calls you.
system,
Dumb cunt.
and you don't get to say how much you have at any given time. Also, if you're hot, your
hot.
baby
Be more likely
and
to want
you
to
are
suck
going
him.
to be sweating.
Stupid. He might want your clit and your nipple.
If you're hot, your kid's going to turn into a fat boy.
That was nothing. Wait a minute. You got 2 seconds
of a still.
I love the fact that he's grabbing one, too. He's
Oh, he is.
He's primping it up.
As soon as that happens,
Oh, wait,
the baby
this
will again
broad
go
never
back
takes them out?
No.
Then click off this.
Yeah, get one
tease.
where she pulls it out. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
Now you're fertilizer. Just a rotting thing with a yellow bandana on his head.
When did your little jaw drop? Terrible.
He's wrestling at Wembley.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that veiny
Look
tit.
at this veiny
Holy
breast.
shit. What happens?
How about showing the nip and the hard dick of the cameraman? Just the fuck. I don't want educational breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding.
Stupid baby face.
watching breastfeeding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that nipple.
That's nice.
Oh, fucking A.
Get the kid out of there. He's ruining everything. I'm gonna jerk off with him in there.
That's disturbing.
It's not disturbing. It's a big fat and feeding
It
nipple.
was as long as your pinky.
I know. Hang your head
What a
on
mess.
it.
You know something? Let me tell you something. This isn't fucking beautiful, ladies. Breastfeeding is not this beautiful thing. It looks silly. It looks silly.
What's beautiful is if you...
Oh, God, look at that chewed out fucking nipple. What are they showing?
Tough as your nipple.
Oh, no, it's squirting milk. It's fucking red and...
Looks like a dog's dick.
Right, you're right. It looks like a dog dick. Look at her gut hanging out under it. The baby's resting on this woman's gut.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Mm-hmm.
She looks a little old to me.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
What is that? In a
look at that.
bathtub?
Not a tub. Just cut the shit.
All right, here we go.
Give the kid a fucking
That
Pabst
is
Blue Ribbon.
just fucking disgusting.
Breastfeeding videos rule.
But it does bond you with the mother. I was breastfed as a boy.
Whatever.
I wasn't.
Worked out well. I paid to have women shit on me. You know how awful it is when that one bombs and just becomes a fact?
No, it was. It just became like a, yeah.
Wow. I went from kind of like an attempt to be funny just to sad and lonely.
To like, yeah.
Give me more breastfeeding videos. And where are we up to? Another runner-up?
No, not fucking French Bulldog versus Turtle.
Please, no.
Let's see
Runner-up
Dexter
line of
and
the
Jack
day.
Bauer.
Here we go. Another one.
Oh, this is line now.
Oh, line of the
okay.
day.
Well, that's
That
the
was
line of
it?
the day.
Wow, all right, Danny,
There
got
you go.
it.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. AshleyMadison.com. Thank you. Here is your line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
So Obama is
pushing himself as the black candidate, and everybody forgets he's not black. He's half black. I could call myself Chinese.
Let
I'm
him
not
fuck your
Chinese.
daughter and see who you call your friends and tell them she's fucking.
Millwall?
Yeah, but
Yes.
that other line, all right, that's cool.
That's very funny.
The second part of that was really funny, too.
With the cell phone breaking up?
No, yeah. But he said he's half
Yeah,
white.
half white and half.
And
oh,
half-
my cell phone's breaking up. Very funny, Jimmy.
One more time, because we had so much fun with this little audio, and we're going to make people sick of it, but that
won't be the first time.
That legislature from Alabama.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got? I mean, the beer we got drank pretty good, don't it? I ain't never heard nobody complain about the beer we have. It drank pretty good. Budweiser. What's the name of some of them other beers? Budweiser and what else? Miller. Coors. It drank pretty good, don't it?
There you go. Jimmy, tickets for the HBO show you're doing.
Yes.
Free tickets. All you have to do
tickets.
is do a little email thing.
Yes, Jim Norton Show at BroadwayVideo.com. It's May 21-22 in New Jersey and Inglewood. I'm hosting an HBO stand-up comedy show, and there's 2 nights, and whichever night you come, you get to see 2 episodes taped. It's a half-hour show. It's me and some edgy comics, and I think it's going to be a great fucking show. I'm really, really psyched. So please come, because I want to have this done in Jersey.
Yes.
I want to do East Coast. They want us to do it in L.A.
And you said, go fuck yourself.
No, I didn't. I said, can I fly Continental? But then I did kind of push to get it, so I get radio fans there.
Yeah, you want
You've got the worst of a polite L.A. audience. So hopefully you guys come out, man.
To what?
To that taping. We don't have a name for it.
Jimmy goes into plugs these days, and we just start texting.
I don't blame you. The more you text, the more I'll repeat it. Believe me, if you two both just dozed off right now, fucking Fez would have to drag me out of the studio. I'd still be plugging. Hey!
All right, y'all. It was fun today.
By the way, if Lily's listening, I dare you to tinkle on me. Just throwing that out there.
Would you do it for the show?
No. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't.
She would.
Lily?
You might get,
Yeah,
she's
she just might do it.
She's an odd one. Sometimes she does things you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, but pissing on a person is probably not one of those things.
She might piss on you.
I think she'll do it.
I feel silly.
I don't think she wants to be naked in front of us, but if we could set up in such a way, she'll do it.
If she won't, I'm kind of thinking Dave would.
Yeah. What about Dave?
Been a while. Fucking Lily, she'd have that hat and scarf. She wouldn't let me see her body. She'd probably pee into like a funnel somehow. It would hang at the bottom of her leg like a fucking...
She just pissed down her foot.
Like a cancer patient. I'd have like a tube hanging out. Like fucking Colvix and Born on the 4th of July. She'd just wave a little rubber hose over me. That's hot. A wee-wee hose.
We're going to end with this. We got instant feedback here. You know, because we've been watching some fine YouTube videos. We want to turn you on to one more. This guy's suggesting we go to watching video on theradiosucks.com.
What is it called? Wait a minute. I think that was an insult.
No, not at all. It's an
You
actual
think?
coincidence.
All right. We're just babbling. Ron and Fez noon to Tree.
Right. Our own Pat Duffy.
Pat Duffy.
This is a toothbrush. And combine these two.
Oh my God! Wait, what are we looking at? It's very
goddamn. It's dog shit that's been out in the yard with a couple grass clippings in it, perhaps a dung beetle or two, and I will brush my teeth with dog shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he's brushing his teeth with dog shit. Oh, God damn. Oh.
Opie and Anthony.